I'm Wendy's mom.
And I'm Wendy Williams' dad.
And you're listening to the best of the Wendy Williams experience.
Shout out to Marmy Shoes. Welcome to New York City, doggone you. Where have you been all of my Bigfoot life? The shoes are stunning. Just like how the regular girls wear regular size shoes and they can go and luxuriate. Pointy stilettos, the whole bit. Fashionable flats, fashionable stilettos, fabulous. Go. That's all. I went. I couldn't believe I had to back my car around the corner. I was double parked over on 54th Street. I had the little intern Zoe sitting in the passenger seat waiting for me to come around. I had to call Zoe on the cell phone and say, Zoe, can you bring it around the block? She says, Miss Wendy, I don't really drive much. I said, Zoe, don't crash my truck. Just bring it around the block and because I got a lot of shit.
Sorry, Miss Wendy.
You know, I act out all the skits in the studio. It's crazy. Did you see me looking at the buttons?
Yeah.
Like it's world.
We have a ball with the buttons after hours.
I have a ball with the buttons after hours, too. Every conversation I have in my head, there's a button going off.
We did your whole life story one day.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have it in there?
No, I'm going to do it live.
Oh, okay. Oh, gosh. This is me growing up in Ocean Township. Then... Then I was a college intern and nobody cared. Then what is that?
That's Kev.
Oh yeah, okay. Enter Kev. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. That and baby makes 3.
Mama!
Oh, okay. What else? Okay. Thank you, New York.
Oh, you are fantastic,
Thank you,
Wendy.
Mommy.
You will always be my special star.
And I finally begin to get a bit of what I deserve after a long, hard career and finally get my parents' approval.
A mouth is a mouth and a booty is a booty. At the end of the day.
And when you come in and you're drunk.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out to the Hayes.
Oh my gosh. Hayes knows Dro.
Yeah, they're cousins. Put a wig on lipstick and I'm not going to ask no questions. You put the pumps on, I'm not asking you no questions. Just bend over, touch your toes, and I'll show you where the wild goose goes. How you doing?
I take it you're not going to Miss Gladys' house this weekend.
No, I'm not going home. I'll be buried in the cut in the city.
I'm sorry, Miss Gladys. Look, Miss Gladys, you're not making me feel guilty through the radio anymore. All I'm saying is that your son is a wealth of entertainment for millions of people. That's the fabulous Artie.
My theme song, yeah. Yes, I am Artie. I'm looking for the light and curly. Yes. A butt is a butt and a thumb is a thumb. Yeah. And a toe is a toe and a finger is a finger. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing? That's my background. How you doing? Come on.
How you doing?
Everybody, come on.
What's up? This is Rachel True, Mona from Half and Half, and you're listening to the best of the Wendy Williams experience. Take your time, relax your mind.
Let's get it on.
Wendy, man.
Girl, you were scandalous and I loved it.
Your show is the best show on the air.
The Wendy Williams experience.
And now we're pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
What you're here are about to witness the greatest queen of all time. Okay, party people in the house.
Turn it up, yo. Turn it up.
This is it. Allow me to reintroduce this queen. From west to east. Just better get it right. Just better get it right. Y'all know the name. Wendy Williams. Been in this game for a while. I hate the crack.
Ain't nobody
It is phenomenal.
like the queen.
Right here.
Who the world is this? So much drama.
From yo block to yo block. Heard of the number one female. Been doing this for years.
Every barbershop, beauty salon.
Who the world is this? So much this.
Again and again. Wendy Williams, bringing your name up. A lot of you haters scared to death.
She at it again.
Wendy Williams.
She in it to win.
Wendy Williams.
She back and she staying.
Wendy Williams.
The ain't playing. I like to present you the winner of the Game Shoes of the Year award.
Once again.
Introducing the queen.
Oh. Hey, everybody. Attention. Welcome to the show. I'm glad you guys are here. We're going to have a great show today. Dwelle's coming in. You know, Dwelle? Yeah, the neo-soul dude. Who happened to have given me a song for my CD when it came out. Anyway, his own CD's out. He's going to be talking with us. A lot of celebrities up to a lot of different things. Bobby Brown, Omarosa's husband, is talking, finally. And I'll read to you some of the things he's saying. We'll talk about Loon. Got a list of the 10 biggest party animals in Hollywood. Let's see, we'll talk about Eva Longoria, Kimora Simmons, Ashton Kutcher, and Demi Moore. Oh, and today is the day that Dr. Harvey J is coming in. Dr. Harvey J specializes in hair removal. So, you need to probably jump on the fax machine right now at 866-WendyFax and just fax me your questions so that I can ask Dr. Harvey J and get ready to listen because he'll be in for the advice hour. I know many of you have that tuft of hair on your chin or you want to permanently remove, the hair at your feminine V or on your legs or, that mess coming out of your between your breasts. Yeah, we'll talk to Dr. Harvey. All right, keep it where you got it. It is what it is, and welcome to the Wendy Williams Experience.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor and distinction that I introduce to you the Queen of all media, Wendy Williams.
Hey, everybody. I was just looking at these cool clothes on this website for babies. I mean, it's only been 5 years, but I swear they have the coolest baby clothes out now. Look at this. Are you about to be a mom? Are you a mom right now? Go to this website, funkybaby.com. FUNKIEBABY. funkybaby.com. Jeez, real cool stuff. This is where Victoria and David Beckham get stuff for their 9-month-old cruise. Maybe a little pricey, but, one or two of the things cute. Look at this Poochie bib. Really cute. Cute stuff. They grow out of that stuff so fast, it's almost like, what's the point in the investment? But then you get a telephone call to go the right place, even if it's just, how to dress, the kids for Thanksgiving or Christmas or, that one function. Then you have some cool stuff and, So how's everybody doing? I wish we didn't take off yesterday. Goose, how'd everything go yesterday? Yeah. I was in the house. I didn't listen.
It was cool.
Yeah. The weather is been so lousy. Shout out to everybody all around the country. Here in the Northeast, it's been rainy, cold, and I have a stiff neck. I can't even turn my neck. Everything's all stiff up there. And I feel so lethargic. I feel like I want to go back to sleep. But I slept enough, but I want to go back to sleep. I ate so much the past few days. I'm eating nothing today. I'm going to have Crystal Light and water. That's it.
Oh, that's why. You got a right to,
Yeah, well. So in the meantime, I saw that movie with Cameron Diaz. I went with my sister Wanda, and we saw In Her Shoes. It was okay. She liked it. I guess the point is that we were just supposed to, spend some time, just the two of us, and we did. Even though if you're facing forward in a movie, does that really constitute as spending time together? That's why I've always been turned off to movies. Because I'm a people person, or else I'm not. I'm a nobody person. Like I don't email, text messages. Part of the reason that I guess I've never gotten involved with, having the high-tech phones with the, instant texts and all that other kind of stuff, or even learning how to use the computer, is because either I want to talk to you or I don't. And whatever I want to say to you, I don't care whether it's I love you or how you doing. I don't want witnesses to the crime. You will not have a printout of what the hell I'm saying to you.
Paper trail.
Right. And it could be meet me at Starbucks at 9:00, but I'll call your ass for that. I don't need to instant message you. I don't run from people contact. I know how to isolate myself from it, but when I want to talk to you, I call you. If I don't want to talk to you, then I'll call you when I know you're at work, and I'll leave you a voicemail. And believe me, that voicemail will be like cryptic. No voice trail, nothing. I don't know. I just think text messages and that IMs, the stuff that you do on the computers, it's for cowards. And that's what, well, say it. Or call me and have the guts to keep the conversations under 60 seconds. Look, I just called real quick. I wanted to tell you. You know what I mean? Listen, I can't make it to your house for the weekend. Have guts. Call up. What are you going to hide behind a text message for? Have guts. No guts, no glory. And you got all these people who are like wallflowers. Their personalities are like drying paint. But that's also because the technology is enabling people not to have personalities or guts. If you can't do it, you can't do it. Call and say. If you can, you can.
That's a good thought, because people can meet a wife online now.
Yeah, right. You can meet a wife online. You can break up online. You can tell somebody they're sexy online as opposed to saying it in person. What the hell's wrong with you? You can't make the eye contact. You can't, zhuzh your hair and, you're really sexy. Why do you have to hide behind the keyboard? Look, Art's hiding right now. Who are you talking to over there, Artie?
I don't even know him yet.
See? He's on the phone with a man.
I'm not on the phone, I'm on the computer.
I mean, on the computer. Excuse me, with a female. You said him.
No, I didn't.
You said I don't know him yet.
I said I don't know them yet.
Boy, I wish we had instant rewind. You know what I mean?
And there is a trail with phone conversations too, so you should say it in person.
Well, here's the thing it's not so much the trail. It's not the cryptic part about the trail. It's more about, I got the guts to say, hey, how you doing? I don't know you, but I'd like to get to know you. My name is Wendy. Last name Williams.
Yeah, but at work you can use the phone all the time, so it's easy to just if you're at work. Somebody's at work.
Yeah, but you're talking to a stranger.
Yeah, but I'm saying in general, this is good for if you're at work or if you're in a boardroom. You have your sidekick.
Yeah, but if you're at work, why can't you just wait until after work to meet strangers?
No, because it's fun. It passes the time.
All the strangeness.
Yeah, I mean I don't meet up with these people. It's just it just kills the time.
Yeah, work is not enough.
No, work is enough.
But you have to meet strange women.
I'm being an ambassador for the show. I'm telling them to tune into the show.
Who are you talking to? What's her name? X? She's hiding behind a phony?
No, India Chula.
Okay.
I don't
Obviously.
know.
And so where is she from?
The Bronx.
Okay. Well, tell her to turn the radio on.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, as long as you're on there.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Tell her I'm going to shout her out in 30 seconds.
Uh-oh.
Anna Wintour, the editor of Vogue magazine. The woman with the perfect bob, as far as I'm concerned. It hasn't thinned or anything. She's a crow. You know what I mean? She's a little older. She was hit with a pie this weekend, a tofu pie, by the PETA people. Yeah, well, Paris had their, hey, India Chulo, how you doing? The man who you're talking to on the web is Artie Life of the Party from the show. Now, excuse me, let's be real. Stop hiding behind the fakeness. What's your online name? What's your online name, Art?
Chico.
Chico! She thinks she's talking to a Puerto Rican boy.
No, a Dominican.
Don't tell me this, sure. Somebody turned on the radio.
That's the whole purpose. I didn't want nobody to know who I was.
See, this is the society that we're building. You see what I'm saying?
I want a decent female. I don't want any groupies. I want a decent female who don't know.
Well, you're not going to find her in India Chulo. She's got no damn job. Is she at her job?
She told me she was.
Well, unless she has a fun job like this, where this is all a part of the fun, chances are she's not that proficient.
She works at a doctor's office.
Oh, great. Just who I want reading my clipboard.
How was your weekend?
I I got a stiff neck, and it's making me grouchy. I can't.
Really? Backboard blues.
Backseat blues.
Oh!
Excuse me.
Easy.
Had a house full of people. You got to figure out where to do what.
That's true.
Go down to the garage. See what I'm saying?
Yes.
Anyway, apparently, she's a fur wearer, this Anna Wintour, and the PETA people didn't like it. This is the second time they say she was hit with a pie. This past weekend, she was in Paris, like I was saying, but she was standing outside the Chloe fashion show on Saturday. The second time this year. The first time she was hit with a pie was, a similar situation. Outside of a fashion show, they knew they could catch her, and they threw a tofu pie at her. They got the pie in mid-throw and everything. Look at the tofu all over her. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh, this just in.
Uh-oh.
Police have arrested a man in connection with the murder of Beanie Siegel's stepfather. Kevin Green, 22, was charged yesterday with the shooting of Beanie Siegel's father, Samuel Derry Jr., then set him on fire, police said. Mr. Derry's body was discovered last Tuesday in the Cedarbrook section of Philadelphia. Now, this guy, Kevin Green, who's 22, is currently incarcerated in the Montgomery County lockdown on an unrelated charge, so he's just walking trouble. According to the Philadelphia Action News, police said Derry's murder was drug-related and had no connection with Beanie Siegel, who was subpoenaed by the federal grand jury last week for reportedly an unrelated cause. So I can't wait for this hair removal person to come. I have to tell you, while I don't have the tuft and, of hair on my chest or under my chin, which is a more immediate circumstance, I would like to have vanity hair removal permanently, if I could. As close to permanent as possible. And I don't mind exploring it. I was telling you guys last week, I spent, hundreds would equal thousands of dollars at $300 and something a month. I went for like 8 months straight, and I missed 1 month, and then, all the hair grew back. Not thinner, just back. And it was, vanity thing to begin with, but Dr. Harvey J. is a doctor, obviously, who specializes in hair removal, and he's going to explain his method and whatnot. Now, this is not to encourage you, because I know many people are listening from outside of the New York metro area. His practice is set up here in New York, but this is to give you some insight to the hair removal process. Then you know what to look for in your pocket of the country or your pocket of the world when you're, looking for hair removal. If there are any questions that you have for Dr. Harvey J., I would love if you can just, start faxing them in now. 866-WendyFax, because next hour's advice hour, I'm going to keep him here for the whole advice hour, depending on, the kind of responses you guys give me. I know that there are many people, the people that I even work with, here at the radio station who are interested in hair removal. I'm interested myself, and I would love to know, I would love to know. So, it's 866-WendyFax, 866-WendyFax. Desperate Housewives was good last night. The guy in the basement is exactly who many of us thought. And the Austin Martin that Eva Longoria has is banging.
It's Wendy, man.
You never met me. You don't know me. You ain't been in my house. You don't live with me. You don't sleep with me. You don't do shit with me, but talk about me. Watch what you say. That's all, baby girl. That's all I'm asking you is watch what the fuck you say.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
107.5 WBLS with a return of the $107,000 cash guarantee. Backed by popular demand, it's your chance to pick up an easy grand. $1,000 winners throughout the day. Set your radio to wake up and get paid on the Steve Harvey Morning Show. And listen for Steve to give you the cue to call in to win each morning at 7:15 a.m. Then listen for Steve again at 12:15 and then again at 5:15. Be the 10th caller and you're an instant winner.
That is crazy.
It's the $107,000 cash guarantee on 107.5 WBLS. Today's R&B and classic soul.
And the Wendy Williams Experience. Hi, everybody. Phone lines are open at 866-GET-WENDY. Feel free to call up. Shout out to everyone in Newark. You can mix and mingle this coming Friday night with the WBLS live broadcast coming to you from Dark Shadows. It's at 575 Central Avenue. Chuck Chillout is on the mix. For more information about Friday's live broadcast or anything that the radio station is doing, log on to our website at WBLS.com. And don't forget that we are the radio station featuring our $107,000 cash guarantee. Hello? Hello, hi, you're on the radio. Hello?
Hello.
How you doing?
How you doing?
It's Wendy. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good.
Hello.
Yes?
Hi, Wendy. I'm calling from Newark.
Hi.
Hi.
It's nice to have you here.
Yes.
Got a councilwoman coming in from Newark today, as a matter of fact.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, she's going to be speaking about a number of things. Gail Cheney Field Jenkins.
Oh, yeah, I know who she is.
Do you know her?
Yes.
So what's going on over there in Newark? What's going on with you? What are you calling about?
I'm just calling from the blood center. I just heard you on the radio, and I just turned to you, and I wanted to call.
Okay. So you taking a lot of blood today?
Yes, I am.
Do people still give blood to make money?
We don't we don't do that.
Yeah, your radio's all up. I hear myself in the background. People used to do that when I was in college.
Yeah.
You know, give blood. I think it was like maybe $10 a pint, whatever it was, it get you enough reefer.
Yeah.
You know, to get you through your situation.
Yeah. We get people calling, but we don't do that anymore.
Yeah. When did you stop taking money for blood?
It's been years now.
Yeah. Since AIDS?
Yeah. Way before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. All right. Well, thanks for calling.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Hello. Hi. You're on the radio.
Hi, Wendy. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fine. How are you today?
This is Shay.
Hey, Shay. Shay from Harlem?
Yes, it is.
Hey, Shay. I always get your faxes. Very rarely get to speak with you.
I know. I'm going to call in today.
Yeah, it's nice to have you here, Shay.
I can't believe you went to see that movie.
Listen, I didn't want to. I mean, that was my sister's idea. Something about the whole, two different sisters. It turns out neither one of us was like either of them. But my sister gets all caught up in the sappiness of, I think
we should have went to see the gospel. That was good.
Well, I heard the gospel did really well, despite the fact that it was in limited release. It prevailed this weekend.
Yeah, but it did good. It was a good movie. The music was wonderful.
How did Boris Kojo do?
He did good. He did good. For being a singer or whatever. And I think Tamara Green did good for her first time in the movie.
Now, did they have Rudy Huxtable on there singing?
Yeah, she played her sister.
Was she singing?
No.
Okay.
No. And she didn't have that much of a part in the movie neither.
Yeah. Well,
but
good.
The movie was good. I just want to call and say hello because I love you know that.
Well, thank you for calling. Have a wonderful day.
Okay, you too.
Bye-bye. No new word, everybody, by the way, on the Dame Dash lawsuit that was being filed by Smokey Fontaine over at America Magazine. I figured somebody's going to ask me that at some point today. I have nothing new. Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Hi, is this
Wendy?
Is this Wendy?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes. This is Wendy.
Am I on the radio?
Yes, you are. This is Wendy speaking.
Hi,
How are you?
How are you?
I'm doing well.
I'm very excited to talk to you. I can't believe I got through. Okay, I know I don't have a lot of time. I just want to tell you, there was this girl at the expo last weekend, I think. Her name is Princessa. She braids hair, and she really wants to see. She is out of this world. I have her card. I have the fax to see. And I want to thank you so much for telling me about New York style shoes, because I'm like you. I have big feet, and I'm challenged. It's so hard to find a nice, sexy pair of shoes for big girls, because they don't think that we want to be sexy too, but we are sexy.
Yeah, it is. Well, good. I'm glad you like New York style shoes. And
I like you. You are great.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. I can't believe I got you.
Yeah. Do you wear braids?
No, but I'm planning to go back to braids because I started going to the gym and this weave thing isn't working.
Yeah.
So I'm about to go back. She is fierce though. I showed her my hair. I was like, I don't have any edges. She said, I don't either. But when you looked at her hair, she's not just a braider. She's an artiste. She really can design your hair. She's out of this world.
Yeah.
I asked her how much. She said $300, and I didn't. I'm only a school teacher, so I don't have a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
It looks like it would be worth it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
so
nice.
You really got to check her out. I'm so glad I got you, and I told you about her, Princessa from New Jersey. She's really from the South, and she's up here trying to blow up, and she really wanted to get in touch with you, but she couldn't find you at the expo.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for calling.
Thank you for taking my call, and God bless, and have a nice day.
You too.
And say hi to Steve. I love him too.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Wow, Gay Steve is a fan out there. Yeah, shout out to you, Princessa. I'm not a hair braider. Is anybody on the show? No, nobody. Art, you used to get your hair braided, but not anymore. Yeah, I mean, I have a little head. In addition, I don't have a whole lot of, hair. My hair is really thin. So, plus, I tend to have like a lesbian effect when my hair is braided. I told you guys I had one bout with the hair braids and I looked just like Cleo and set it off. And the only reason why I got them braided is because I was getting my tummy tuck and they said, you can't do a lot of moving and stuff like that. Oh, I hated it. I would never go back. No way. No way. It looks nice on other people though. You know that line. It's right for other people. It's just not right for me. You know what? Let me talk to you about LA weight loss. 1-800-448-TRIM. 1-800-448-TRIM. I don't know about you, but I am gearing up for Thanksgiving. I'm trying to decide exactly how much I'll be watching my weight because on Thanksgiving Day I would like to eat what I would like to eat. And I have to say to you that there is no food group off limit on LA weight loss. It's all a matter of, proportions. Or should I say portions? It's portion control. And they do a weight loss program specifically designed for you. For instance, do you have the sweet tooth of life? It's not like you won't be able to eat sweets on LA weight loss. They'll explain to you how it works. You don't need a scale for pre-measuring or weighing. You don't take a fistful of pills. You're not obligated to go to the gym if that's not you. I love telling you that. I probably tell you that every commercial because, if you're like me, then you always think, oh, weight loss, go to the gym, which don't get me wrong. I know movement is involved and you lose your weight faster if you move, but sometimes you just don't have the strength. You just want to sit in the chair and have the weight come off through osmosis. It does on LA weight loss. Well, this is the deal. I lost 17 pounds in 3 months. You can lose weight too. This is the best weight loss program I've ever been on, and it comes with a one-on-one weight loss counselor. Everybody gets one. Your person to go to, your person to call up when you're going through drama, when you've stepped on the scale and you're happy, you want to celebrate. 1-800-448-TRIM. Take the number and tuck it. Maybe you don't feel like doing it right now. Maybe you want to wait until after Thanksgiving, after you've eaten all your food. Maybe you want to wait until after New Year's and start the year off the right way. I don't know, but I do know that LA weight loss works. And millions of people have lost millions of pounds. I do know that they've been in business since 1986 or 87. I get confused, but it's only off by a year. The point is that they've been in business for over a decade, almost 2. And you need to be in business with LA weight loss. And they're affordable. Yes, for you. 1-800-448-TRIM. 1-800-448-TRIM. It's LA weight loss or nothing, as far as I'm concerned. All righty. So we're going to continue. We got the music. Goose, you got something nice picked out, a nice selection for the people. What are we going to play?
I'm not sure yet.
Oh, okay. Still shuffling the deck. All right. Well, it's the Wendy Williams Experience. We're here till 7 o'clock right here on 107.5 WBLS. What is going on?
I wanted you to come with a bang.
Oh. Hey, everybody. So we do our Wendy Williams Experience people poll on the website, thewendywilliamsexperience.com on Friday because we didn't work yesterday. We asked you, do you take public transportation to work? 40% of you all said yes. 60% said no. Here's the new question. You can go to thewendywilliamsexperience.com and answer. Are you afraid of relationship commitment? Are you afraid? Yes or no? Go to the website, thewendywilliamsexperience.com. Getting to know you. So Jay-Z, another feather in his cap. He's expanding his empire by purchasing a stake in a European soccer team called the Arsenals, which happens to be a London soccer team who has 5 English league titles and 2 FA Cups. I don't know what a FA Cup is, but the team is currently owned by a French guy named Arsene Wenger. I believe this is how you pronounce his name.
FA is Football Association.
Oh, football. Okay. Well, they have. I guess that's like winning 2 Super Bowls. If you have 2 FA Cups.
Yeah.
Well, good for Jay-Z.
Yes.
That's like whoa. Congratulations, my dude. Congratulations to the comedian Monique, too, who successfully delivered 2 babies. She was pregnant with twins, 2 baby boys. And on October 3rd, she gave birth to these 2 boys. One's name is Jonathan, and one's name is David. And they were born at 10:30 p.m. in Sinai Hospital in Los Angeles. The boys are 2 months premature. They weigh 4 pounds, 3 ounces. One weighs 4 pounds and one weighs 3 pounds. And but they say that they're doing fine, and Monique is doing well. and she's 37. And her her fiance, Sydney Hicks, is 38. That's her high school sweetheart. She already has a son with her ex-husband, Mark Jackson. So now she has 3 boys. The rest of the story later. I can't, I don't want to mix, comments with it. A nice story. So let me remove myself by at least 1 hour, and then I'll get back to it. All right. Put this in the get back to it file right there. Whew. It's like, whoa. UPN, the Vibe Awards, November 15th. Yeah. Sierra, congratulations, my honey bun. She's part of the leading nominations. She's got 5 nominations for the Vibe Awards. And John Legend and Kanye West. I like John Legend. I like him a whole lot. I was just talking about him over the weekend with somebody. It wasn't my sister. It was somebody. And I was saying that, I like him. I've met him before. He's been on the radio show. Turned around. I ran into him on the red carpet, with the VH1 Wendy Williams is on fire. I like him like I could see us being friends. Like, not for real. You know what I mean? Because now I'm too picky and I don't have time and all like that. But in a different life, I could see being friends with John Legend. He reminds me a lot of Luther Vandross. Just beyond, we don't need to discuss it. It is what it is. And let's move on. And I give him that. Let's move on. He's funny. He's witty. There's an air of sophistication about him. Yet he's still, young enough in spirit and age to have fun. He's masculine enough to give you a man's opinion, feminine enough to give you a woman's opinion. And I mean that with a straight face. I like him a lot. I like him a lot. He's special to me. He's only been on the show once, but he's like special. He doesn't know it, but I enjoy, yeah. And I feel like, protecting him, like he's protected because he's beyond. It's like, okay, let's move on. I like him. And I like what he does. I like him on the Gap commercial. I like to see him in interviews. There's something so cool about him. So damn cool. You understand what I'm saying, Art?
Yes. But I'm wondering, how'd you get all that from just one visit, unless you've seen him somewhere.
Yeah, I've seen him on the red carpet. I told you before. And where we have, witty conversation. And then just on the Gap commercial, when somebody's a friend in your head, you don't really know them, but you just see them, glimpses of them in enough places, including here on the show and, on the red carpet, on TV and reading magazine interviews. I like him. He's penetrated, like he's a friend in my head.
Sounds like more than a friend in your head. You're giving him some more props.
Yeah. Well, he couldn't be any more than that. He's not interested. Ow. But that's part of why he's a friend in my head. Like we can literally sit up all night and just talk and, kiki, the whole bit. Who are you friends with like that in your head, Art? All right, we'll get back to it. Anyway, think about it. Get offline with the chica. So anyway, best rapper, 50 Cent, Kanye West, Ludacris, T.I., and The Game. My friend John Legend in my head is up for R&B Voice of the Year, along with Destiny's Child, Fantasia, Keisha Cole, Mariah Carey. Coolest collabo, Gold Digger with Kanye and Jamie, Little Bow Wow and Sierra, Sierra with Ludacris, Destiny's Child with Soulja. Damn, doesn't that seem like it was 2 years ago? It's all a part of this year's Vibe Awards. Mike Jones and Slim Thug and Paul Wall still tripping. Tipping, excuse me. Power Broker of the Year, Jermaine Dupri, John Singleton, Kevin Lyle, Sean Carter, Tyler Perry. That's between Sean Carter and Tyler Perry. And, Lyle's respect, Singleton respect, JD, yeah, I'm laughing. Have you thought about it? Who's your friend in your head?
Elvis Presley.
Yeah? Why?
I've always been a big fan of his.
Beyond the music, apparently, it goes into, Yeah. I don't know that much about the John Legend music, I'll be honest with you. I know Ordinary People. Which, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not my friend because of the music. He's my friend because of his aura.
Right.
You know, the music is secondary. I can pick my friends like that.
Yeah.
I don't have to be familiar with, every little nook and cranny of their job. I don't like you because I'm using you for your job in my head. So I can brag and say, hey, my friend John, what's his name again?
John Legend.
John Legend. Yeah, he's got this platinum and that gold and, no, that's not why he's my friend in my head. He's my friend in my head. He's because of him. We're just ordinary people.
Wendy, man.
My boyfriend's a slob. When we're in his living space, it's kind of a turn-off. And he doesn't empty the garbage, and he never cleans up his room, and there's stuff everywhere.
Does he at least change the sheets? Excuse me. Let's bring in, excuse me, the doctor, Harvey H.J., M.D. Hello, doctor. Hi. Let me raise your chair up just a bit. Sure. I just coughed in my left hand, but I'll shake you with my... right hand. Hi, doctor.
Hi. Nice to meet
Welcome to the show. Listen, you're going to be helping a lot of men and women out today. First of all, I just want to get right to it. Where do you practice? What's the name of your practice?
My name is my practice is my name. It's Dr. Harvey J. And I practice right here. I practice right here in Manhattan on 62nd Street between Park and Madison.
Okay, and you have a website?
I have a website. The best way to get to it is you can just put in drharveyj.com.
And your telephone number?
212-755-2237.
2237.
212 area code.
Okay. All right, let's get right to it. All right, I have a lot of people had basically the same questions, so I'm going to zhuzh over it. What is the difference between electrolysis and laser hair removal?
Okay. In electrolysis, you put a needle into each individual hair follicle and you put a current through it to destroy the hair follicle. That's the concept. That's the theory behind it. The problem is that frequently you don't get the follicle. You literally just get part of the hair, or you can injure the skin around it. And when you pull the hair out, you haven't really damaged the follicle enough to prevent a new hair from growing back.
Yeah.
And if you break the hair off, it's the same thing as waxing or tweezing. You get a broken hair. You can injure the follicles, and even if you don't, the hair is more likely to ingrow when it comes out and hit the side of the follicle, which is one of the problems of any method of tweezing or breaking off the hair.
Okay, so electrolysis is then out. Laser hair removal,
well,
what is that all about?
Electrolysis has a purpose. I mean, there's a need for it, especially with lighter color hair, white hairs.
Okay.
Because the concept of laser or pulse light, which is what I do, it's a variation, it's sort of an advancement on laser, is that you are using light, and the light is absorbed by the colorant, by the pigment, the melanin in the hair and in the follicle, and so you get injury to the hair and to the follicle itself. Now, if you have white hair, there is no pigment, so it can't absorb the light.
Gotcha.
Where in electrolysis, it does not. There's no difference because you're putting that needle in the follicle, and the electricity can't tell the difference between light or darker hairs.
Okay,
the trouble with electrolysis, though, it's tedious. You have to literally put this instrument into each follicle, and it's it's tremendously, like with lasers, tremendously dependent on the skill of the person doing it.
It probably sounds like electrolysis better if you have like a little tuft of hair on your chin.
Small areas for light hair is excellent. It works. You have to have the right person. It's not painful. It's effective. It's the only method that you can say gives you permanent hair removal before electrolysis. And the reason for that is that it was around before the government required electrolysis was there before the government even required that you have any qualifications for permanent hair removal. So they're grandfathered.
Yeah. So now laser hair removal.
Right. Laser hair removal, there's two forms of hair removal with light. One is laser. The other is pulse light. Laser is basically one color of light at a time, one wavelength of light. That's essentially what it is. You get a concentrated delivery of one color. That color can be red, that color can be yellow. there's different colors of light, and you pick one specific wavelength, and the laser amplifies that one color and gives you a phenomenally concentrated beam of light. The problem with laser is that it's one color. The one color of light has one specific characteristic and is absorbed and goes to a specific depth. So you are limited in terms of the range. If you want to use a different color or a different wavelength, you have to get another laser. Some lasers can split it. You can have two wavelengths in it.
Why wouldn't a practice have a bunch of different wave colors available?
Because each laser can sell between $50,000 to $150,000.
That's the problem.
And in many cases, that's one of the main problems.
I went to Barely There, got laser hair removal, was going for 8 months straight, paying over $300 a pop. I missed on my 8th month. Everything grew back just as thick as it was before, and so on and so forth. So
Right.
I just... I gave up.
In truth, you're very fortunate, because many of the people that I see coming in to see me, in fact, a good number of the patients coming in, especially dark-skinned people, are coming in because they've had problems. They've been burnt. They've had difficulty. They've had side effects from the use of laser or pulse light.
What are some of the side effects besides being burnt?
Well, the side effects are, first you get an initial burn, scab, crust, blister, and then the eventual side effects involve anything from change of pigmentation or color. You can get darker spots in the area, lighter spots in the area, or you can actually get scars, holes or elevated scars, depressed or elevated.
Let's go to the telephone and see what people are saying. Hello, hi, you're on the radio.
Hi, Wendy.
Hey, Dr. J is here. Go ahead with your question.
You know, I've seen a doctor.
He has no headphones. Art, produce. Come on, go ahead.
And I spent about $1,000 going every week.
About $1,000 going every week. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean altogether $1,000.
Okay.
Never worked.
Well, what have you gotten done?
Not the laser, the
Pulse light.
Okay, this is only a 4-hour show, so we got to keep it moving. So, do you have a question for the doctor?
Yeah, I mean, is anything really going to work?
Where have you gotten the hair removed? Because that would help the doctor.
It was just a private lady in a small little office.
Okay.
Down in your crotch or on your behind?
No, on my face.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. First off, do you know if it was a specific laser, what type, or if it was pulse light? I mean,
we let her. Goose hung up on.
The question really is that is someone had no improvement from a treatment? That's very possible.
Yeah.
You can't always predict which setting is going to work on every patient. The problem is that lasers are limited in some degree in terms of which wavelengths that you can use, and unless you have several lasers, you have some problem in terms of going ahead and changing the settings. Pulse light, on the other hand, which is what I use, delivers many colors of light at the same time. So you can make more adjustments.
That's the question you have to ask when you're going to get hair removal, laser hair removal. Do you have pulse light?
And also,
with many settings.
Right. The most important factor in my mind is, do you have experience using this machine? Do you have photos of your results? How long have you been doing it? And ideally, and in my sense, essentially, you should be treated by a physician, especially a dermatologist or someone who can evaluate your skin and decide what is going to be effective and, most importantly, safe.
Okay, so what about tweezing? There are women who don't have a whole lot of hair to remove from their face or between their breasts, and they choose to tweeze it out.
Well, I think tweezing is also tedious. It can be painful. After you tweeze, you can get an inflammation or folliculitis, an inflammation of the hair follicle. And it also, in many people, especially people whose hair is curly, can lead to ingrown hairs, where the hair that is broken off is going to grow into the side of the follicle as it's growing out, instead of growing out to the skin. And that's a very common problem.
Dear Wendy, about laser hair removal, I'm a white woman, very light skin with dark hair. I've been doing laser hair removal for 5 months in my bikini area. The hair keeps growing back. No less, just the same amount. It's costing me still for $1,000. What does she do?
This is 5 months she's been treated?
Yeah.
Okay. Number one, the same question occurs. There are studies showing that people have gone ahead and used the same settings repeatedly on the same patient and had no improvement. What needs to be done is you need to have someone who can go ahead, change the settings or change the machine so they give you either different wavelengths or different combination of light to do it. And also the frequency is very important. In certain areas, it's going to take you several weeks or in some cases several months to see if it's had an effect. It takes usually a couple of weeks to see if the hairs are going to fall out.
Here's a woman who's got a question, I'm sure like many women. Wendy, how can I permanently remove the thick fuzz that grows between my booty cheeks? I've tried to shave it. I've tried to wax it. It leaves bumps behind, no pun intended.
Okay. First off, waxing can give you a reduction because eventually when you're ripping out these hairs, sometimes you will damage the follicle.
Right.
However, it's painful and it's tedious and it's not designed for that. Electrolysis can do it if you have the patience. It can be very painful. It's a large area. Laser or pulse light hair removal, although they cannot say, you cannot say gives you permanent hair removal, you can get permanent hair reduction. And it's very difficult. These are words that sort of the essence is. For example, I've been using pulse light for hair removal since July '96.
Okay,
that's almost it's over 9 years now. I have patients where the hair has not regrown. Okay, and considerable number of patients.
But you still use the phrase or the word reduction.
We are not allowed to. The FDA does not allow you to use the term permanent hair removal. However, what I'm told patients, and the number's gone up every year. When I started doing it, I said 6 months. Then it was 1 year. And now I can say that I have removed hairs that have not grown back in 9 years.
Okay. There are women with facial hair problems. There are women with the tufts of hair embarrassingly between their breasts. Then there are women who just want to do away with it all down here in the feminine area. Can you permanently...
Okay. Number one, total, complete removal of all hairs is not really something that's realistic here. Most of the time what's happening is when you're treating these hairs, you are doing several things. Number one, you do get rid of some of the hairs. However, some of the hairs are just made smaller. If you look at different parts of your body, except for your palms and soles, for example, you have hairs. They're very fine, vellus hairs, V-E-L-L-U-S. They're there. They're not objectionable. Those hairs can be developed after you treat someone with laser or pulse light.
So you get like a little peach fuzzy thing going on.
So you don't have to completely remove the hairs. Number two, you can get these finer hairs, you can get lighter hairs. These are all acceptable effects. You do not have to literally get rid of every single hair to have satisfactory results. And patients do not usually require it or request it. After a certain point, people are satisfied.
All right, let's go to the telephone. 866-GET-WENDY, and you're on the telephone with Dr. J. Hello? Hello, hi. I can't hear, Goose.
Hi.
Right. Hello, hi, it's Wendy.
Hi, Wendy, how are you?
Hi, you're on with the doctor.
Hi, Dr. Harvey, how are you?
Hi.
Harvey.
I'm sorry?
His name is Harvey J.
That's okay.
Dr. Harvey J, how are you?
I'm fine. Thanks for calling.
I use the electrolysis. I've been using it for about a year, and it worked. Now it's been about 2 years. I go maybe once every 4 months and just touch up on my chin. My question is, when those hairs do come back, maybe, a couple of them, is it better to shave it or pluck it?
Good.
Well, if you're going to, I think shaving is better overall. You have to be careful. The problem, especially if you're going to be going back for electrolysis, because they need to see the hair. If you shave and then you give it some time, it's going to grow in quicker before you go ahead and pluck it or wax it. Okay, and with electrolysis, they need to see that hair. Okay, to be able to target it. So that's the advantage. Otherwise, and in general, for most people, you can't say everyone. In general, patients that I'm seeing have less problem with shaving, especially if you're prone for ingrown hairs. Because when you pluck, tweeze, and you break that hair off way below the surface, it has more time to ingrow on the way out.
Can you help men with the razor bumps?
All the time. That's the most common thing that men come in here. I've been doing it since '98 on men of all skin colors. It's dramatic. In fact, not only the ingrown hairs, but you're also getting an improvement in the dark pigmentation, the dark coloring, and in the bumps that are associated with it.
Everybody keep it here. It's Dr. Harvey J. His telephone number in New York City is 212-755-2237. Outside of New York City, take some of the stuff that he's telling us and take it to your local person, and we'll continue conversation. I'll take your telephone calls and whatnot. It's Dr. Harvey J. and it's Advice Hour.
Wendy, man.
Jackie Reed, implants or not? There's my answer. Thank you, AJ.
Jackie's all natural woman.
And I'll bet you know.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
107.5 WBLS with a return of the $107,000 cash guarantee. Backed by popular demand, it's your chance to pick up an easy grand. $1,000 winners throughout the day. Set your radio to wake up and get paid on the Steve Harvey Morning Show. And listen for Steve to give you the cue to call in to win each morning at 7:15 a.m. Then listen for Steve again at 12:15 and then again at 5:15. Be the 10th caller and you're an instant winner.
That is crazy.
It's the $107,000 cash guarantee on 107.5 WBLS. Today's R&B and classic soul.
And the Wendy Williams Experience till 7 o'clock. And then it's time for Vaughn Harper and the Quiet Storm. So once again, the doctor's name is Dr. Harvey H. J-A-Y, and he practices his hair removal technique here in New York City. And I'll give you his practice telephone number again, and then we're going to have him in for the rest of Advice Hour. And then we'll talk about your bumps, because it is not sexy, that whole bumple skin. And you ever sit behind a man and you see he's got that pack of Franks on the back of his neck, and then to top off the Franks, it's the bumple skins? Ew. So, we'll try to get you some help today. And ladies, well, we know our deal. 212, his practice number is 755-2237. Right now, Councilwoman Gail Cheney Field Gail Cheney Field Jenkins from Newark, New Jersey. Hi, Councilwoman.
Hi, Miss Wendy.
She's in from Newark, and she's inviting everybody to her 4th annual Women with Hats on the Cure, for the Cure reception.
Yes,
is that correct?
That's right.
What do you have there, Councilwoman?
This is a picture for you. It's a poster.
This is beautiful, not just my office.
Yes, thank you. Every year we have a new artist that does the invitation.
This is very beautiful.
And
what is this, a local Newark artist?
Yes.
This is very nice. Well, who is this artist?
That is Rosalind Nzinga, but this year we have Jerry Gant as one of the artists.
Sorry, Roz.
And we do this in honor and celebration of women who have had breast cancer and are survived.
Yes, and there are thousands. People think that it is an absolute death sentence. And while, I'm sure having cancer is no picnic, it is not still the doom and gloom that it was if it's detected at a reasonable time.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I do this particular event, because of my family's history. I lost my mother's sisters, aunts, cousins to breast cancer, so I wanted to not celebrate death, but celebrate survivors.
That's right.
And let people know how early detections help them to
detect.
And
it's got to be more than just that feeling in the shower.
And I'm so glad one day I heard you talking about getting your mammography at St. Barnabas Hospital.
Oh, yeah.
And your inspiration to women.
I go twice a year just because I do. It's not breast cancer, it's colon cancer in my family, but I go just because I go. In January and in July, I try to go and get, and I add a little something extra to it each year.
Yeah, well, I have to do it twice a year because of my breast size.
And they're huge. What is that, a W cup?
WD.
Oh, gosh.
Double
Damn.
D. Double D. Then homegrown.
That's not a double D. That's bigger than a double D.
No, this is a double D.
Hell no, Art.
Yes, it is. Double D.
That bra is cute.
Double D, girl.
Double Z.
Double D.
Oh.
Double D.
Oh.
What is that, a lot of padding in there to push them up?
No, that's money.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to walk around with it in my pocketbook.
Stupid. How long have you been a councilwoman?
Since 1995.
Good for you.
And been doing this particular issue because it's not political for me. It's about saving women's lives. We have a high mortality rate of women
particularly
of color,
in the black community, yes.
And
because we don't get checked. We're so busy caring for everybody else.
Caring for everyone else, putting everyone else first.
That's right.
And not going to get our exams and saying I'm taking care of the kid, I'm taking care of the husband.
That's right.
Taking care of the job.
That's right.
And waiting to the last minute, and then we die at a higher rate.
Yeah. So you all get your checks. Start out with once a year. As you get a little bit more paranoid, like me and the councilwoman, you get it twice a year. I see there's nothing wrong with that. Twice a year.
Well, you know what? One of the things I do want to encourage women of color is not to wait till the American Cancer Society suggests that you wait to the age of 40. Yeah. My sister was diagnosed with breast cancer at the age of 32. Yeah. So I always tell women of color that we need to go earlier.
Yeah. We do. All right. So this, your event is called the 4th Annual Women with Hats On for the Cure reception. So you come with a hat.
You come with a hat, and we celebrate wearing hats, first of all, because most of us go to church.
Yes.
But most of all, in support of our sisters who have chemotherapy and are self-conscious about their heads.
Oh, yes. That's why. Okay. Because I was going to say, well, a lot of people don't go to church. We took the survey here. There are a lot of people.
But it's for people who, in case they've had their hair lost.
That's a good idea.
We don't charge. It's free admission.
Yeah.
And we have been really strong in doing this, and then we culminate with the walk on October 16th.
I see, at 9 a.m.
At 9 a.m. in Newark, the great city of Newark. But this is women who come from all around the state of New Jersey for Women with Hats On for the Cure.
So where can they find more information? What's your website?
Oh, God, you would ask me that. I can give you a phone number. I'm not computer technology.
Okay. Oh, me neither. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Good. 973-733-5140. Or
what is the date of this
tomorrow,
reception?
October 12th.
Oh, well, geez.
From 5:30 to 8:30.
Okay. Well, get on it. Everybody call the number. What is
973-733-5140.
Excellent. And where's it going to be?
It's going to be at the Branford Manor, 50 Branford Place in Newark, between Washington and Halsey Street.
And this is tomorrow, everybody. Give the number one more time, Councilwoman.
973-733-5140.
What is today, the last day to register to vote as well?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So everybody, vote New Jersey. Vote, everybody. Vote
and
New York.
Even if you have a criminal record, I heard you giving that as a public service announcement.
As long as your probation is done.
Yes.
And, whatnot. All right. Well, Council, you remind me so much of my girlfriend, Lisa Carnegie. You get the big, expressive eyes. You got a big mouth.
Well,
Listen to her voice project.
My children, Najla and Yusuf and Misha and everyone told me, they said, even though you're going on radio, you have to represent us, and you cannot go in there looking funny.
Oh, no, you look beautiful, and I love your lipstick. It is very pink.
Thank you.
Very pink, and you're very well put together.
Well, thank you so much.
Very well put together.
Thank you very much. Well, I'm a big fan of yours.
Well, thank you very much. Congresswoman, once you leave, Councilwoman, once you leave the show, people are going to be telling you about the very rude Artie life of the party. Ignore him, for he knows no better.
I've always wanted to know which one was Artie.
There he is.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you so much, Miss Wendy, for having us.
You're very welcome.
The radio, TV, and media.
Thank you. And it's Gail Cheney Field Jenkins, everybody. She is a councilwoman from Newark, New Jersey. Call her about her 4th annual cancer awareness and survival.
Survivors, celebrating survivors, Women with Hats On for the Cure.
One more time with the telephone number, and then we got to move
973-733-5140.
There you go. That's happening tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
I'll call you if I'm locked up. All right.
Thank you.
Take care. All right. McCall? Yeah. You could escort the councilwoman to the Vader. Oh, thank you, councilwoman.
Thank you.
She left me some passes for the party. For the reception. I'll be at the club. Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Beautiful.
Oh, look at Mary J. Blige.
Open it up.
Oh, look at Mary. Look beautiful. Verizon presents Mary J. Blige, a retrospective in comparable music. Wow, big cocktail reception. It's all going down. Look, Mary looks beautiful. Real beautiful. Shout out to hoodtopmodels.com. Sounds like a company Art would join just to find girlfriends. Hoodtopmodels.com.
I heard it's off the hook, though.
Yeah, well, I got a fax from them. It's a cute company. Cute company name. Anyway, you guys.
This just in.
Wait, I don't want to talk about this now.
That came in the mail.
Oh.
From your girl.
You know that? Myra Panache.
Yes.
You know, normally I go online to look at her website, but every once in a while she'll send me something in a top secret. Is it in the same top secret envelope?
Hell yeah.
Secret, and all that stuff written across it. I feel like Hedda Harper when she sends me something. I mean, just really a cross between Hedda Harper and Walter Winchell. All right, look, Goose, I don't know where any of the information was that you gave me. I suspect all the station business is handled, and we just really do need to move on to get Dr. J back in here to talk about hair removal, and we'll talk about the men and the bumble-still-skin, and ladies will still continue to talk about that tuft of hair, the unwanted hair, and the nether region and all like that. All right, it's the Wendy Williams Experience. Hey, we're here till 7 o'clock. It's 107.5 WBLS.
BET's bringing the grind straight from the street with the hottest new reality show hitting the box, The Ultimate Hustler. Tonight, the competition heats up when Damon Dash puts the teams to the test in the studio.
Imagine this kid's working with my artist. This is not a game. I want straight hit records.
Some of them think they're like that.
You have winners today. Everything we touch turn to gold so far.
We need flat. Some of them think they're already hustlers.
I'm just telling y'all, this is what I do every day.
Some of them need to think again.
You don't do this until you've made a record. I do this. 17 years doing this. You trying to do this.
Don't miss the drama.
Certain people better not come up here and say nothing wise to me.
Don't miss the twist.
You never know what to expect when Damon's face pops up on that hologram.
And find out who gets the boot.
Well, I did not come here to go home.
The Ultimate Hustler, tonight at 9, only on BET.
Don't miss BET's Ultimate Hustler, hosted by mogul Damon Dash. 16 contestants with street smarts and killer instincts compete to be the Ultimate Hustler, tonight at 9 p.m., only on BET.
All right, everybody. Advice Hour is still on. Dr. J is still with us. Dr. J also treats acne, ingrown hairs and razor bumps, rosacea, facial blood vessels, scars, leg veins, spider veins, port wine stains, tattoos. What do you do? Tattoo removal?
Tattoo is not a big part of what I'm doing.
Okay.
I mean, that's rare. That's relatively rare.
And
hair removal and rosacea and ingrown hairs are probably the main part of what we do. The others come up.
Yeah.
But tattoo in my practice is not a big part of it.
Well, that's why we're here to talk to you about laser hair removal. Excuse me. Wait, what do you call it? Laser hair removal?
Well, it's pulse light.
Pulse light.
Or intense pulse light, which is, it came after. Lasers came first.
This person says that they've gotten electrolysis on their private area, and although the hair in the bikini area has not grown back, the scarring is serious enough that it's actually embarrassing, and she's been using over-the-counter healing creams, but they don't seem to work.
Well, once you have scarring, you see the term scarring is used to mean a lot of different things. Some people come in and have scarring, and it's basically the pigmentary changes, the darkening or the lighting. Other people will actually have scars, which are depressed or elevated. The treatment can vary for each of those, so it's different. And as a dermatologist, I mean, you have to really see what they're talking about. For the darkening, there's a lot of different ways of approaching it. You can use some topical medications. You can also use light or lasers to lighten dark areas, different settings, different treatments. All of these things are done. There's so many different approaches now. One of the great parts about medicine, dermatology, is that there's so many options, but it has to be a little more precise.
Now, your roots are in dermatology.
I'm a dermatologist. I'm a board-certified dermatologist. Okay. I trained at NYU Medical Center, and I'm a professor at Dwelle Cornell Medical School here in New York City.
All right, now let's move on. Actually, let's go to the telephone. Maybe there's somebody who's asking, and I want to ask you about alopecia in just a moment. Hello, hi, you're on the radio with Dr. J, 212-755-2237. Go ahead.
Hi, I had a question. I've used the Cool Glide laser, and I have very coarse hair, and I was wondering if the doctor had a suggestion on another form of treatment.
Okay, first off, if you want to get a sense, there's many different names of lasers or pulse light machines out there. I have on one of my websites just different machines, and if you go to drharveyj.com, it'll link you to a site, Laser Hair Removal Review, which gives you those. first off, there are several types of lasers. There's everything from a ruby, which can only be used really on very light skin, to the YAG, or neodymium YAG, which can be used on the darker skin types. You have to be very careful to make sure the doctor is using the proper laser or pulse light machine for your skin and the proper filters. All the wavelengths have different characteristics. So if you have darker skin, for example, you need to have either pulse light or a 1064. There's a newer form of a diode, which is an 800, 810 nanometer
it's all over
laser
my head now. What?
that can be used. But basically, it's complicated, and you need to have somebody who's treating your particular problem and is familiar with it and can show you that they do it, because there's so many options, and you can really get hurt or not get good results unless they're using the proper one.
And thank you for calling. Dear Wendy, I'm a man, and I know you're talking to the hair doctor. I wanted to pick his brain about alopecia.
Okay, which type of alopecia? There's several types of alopecia.
I have alopecia in the area on the side and under my chin.
Okay, there's the type that we're probably speaking about here is alopecia areata. Alopecia areata is something that can be cyclical. You get little
alopecia areata. Yes.
Areata. You get little patches of hair loss that can become, and people can get it. The hair can regrow. There's different forms of it. There's extensive forms of it, universalis. There's local forms of it, and the treatment can vary considerably. You need to see a dermatologist. They can occasionally treat you with sometimes a short-term course of topical steroid or another medication can help you. Sometimes it can cycle on its own without treatment, but you should see a dermatologist, let them evaluate you, see exactly what the cause is. Alopecia can also be associated with other medical conditions, so it's very important to go and see someone who can help you.
Okay, let's go to the telephone and ask more questions. Hello, you're on the telephone with Dr. J.
Hi, my name is Roz. I'm calling because I have black spots under my chin from tweezing, and I want to know what can I do about that.
Under her chin.
Okay, if you are tweezing, it's a chronic inflammation. When you go out and you get sun, your skin gets darker. That's a form of inflammation. Every time you are tweezing, you're causing an inflammation, and your skin is reacting, especially if you have darker skin. It's more common, but could occur with lighter skin. You get this darkening. The best thing to do is to have a different way of removing that hair. You can sometimes have a laser or pulse light treatments,
what
which
do
can
you
help
think about a 99-cent Bic and a little foam?
That can work, assuming you're not getting irritated. But
yes.
Tweezing and plucking is more apt to give you the problem.
Do you shave against the grain or with the grain?
Well, I think in general it's better to shave with the grain if you're having a problem with ingrown hairs. Okay, the problem of shaving too close is you have the hair cut off deeper and you're more apt to get ingrown hairs.
Now, Doctor, thank you for calling, by the way.
Thank you.
Regarding the men and the ingrown hairs, they get the hairs and they're constantly picking. You ever on a date with a man and he's constantly, picking and popping and oozing and...
Men and women. You see it, men most commonly in the beard area. You see it with women in the beard area. You also see it in the bikini area. It's very common. Using a pulse light or the proper laser actually can have a dramatic effect, first on the pimples and on the darkening, because you don't even have to get rid of the total hair. Many times if you make those hairs a little less coarse, they're less likely to ingrow. So once the hairs become finer, and also once you're stopping this cycle, you get a decrease in the pimples, which is an inflammation. The hair is like a foreign body.
Yes. Is there something that people can use when they're prone to ingrown hairs, whether it be, I saw, just give us an extra 2 minutes over there, Goose. A friend of mine that I used to work with went to a natural food store and got like one of the salt rocks or something like that. Is there something that people can use?
There are so many products out there. The patients coming to me have bags of material. They bought everything from an abrasive to topical products. This is a mechanical issue. You have a hair which is growing into your skin. It's physical. Unless you do something about that hair, either growing a beard where the hair grows out beyond the surface of the skin, or if you go ahead and use pulse light safely or with the proper laser, then you affect the hair. But unless you're affecting that hair, you're not dealing with the core problem here, which is the curly hair that's ingrowing, and that's the basic issue. for most of these people.
And sometimes the eruptions going on underneath the skin are painful. And
you can find, I've removed hairs, half-an-inch hairs from below the surface that have just been growing and growing. And people go in, they dig for it, they leave hollow scars.
Yes.
And the topical medication doesn't get down there. It just doesn't do it. So the people that I'm seeing are not responding. And the treatment is really to deal with that hair itself.
So, doctor, in conclusion, you are not electrolysis, you are not laser, you are pulse light. That's what you...
I have a laser in the office.
Okay.
I use pulse light because it gives me many colors of light at the same time. Each one has its own characteristics. It's more complicated. It came out after lasers. Originally, it was maligned because it was a little more difficult. Now, it's taking over. You've got just about every major laser company is moving into this area. It's gentler.
Is the pulse light machine more expensive than...
It depends on which machine. Unfortunately, in this industry, there are price points. Some people want to spend $10,000. The machines that I have purchased go for anywhere from $100,000 to $150,000.
Yeah.
They have more expenses. They have more settings, more variable settings.
But your results are better, and I guess the word is out that Dr. J is the man to go to in Manhattan for hair removal.
I try my best. I've been doing this for a long time. There's a lot of different settings, and believe me, it can be very challenging in some patients. There's no simple answer for it, but you want someone who has experience in doing it. It doesn't just have to be me. There are people who, especially, people who are trained, especially doctors, especially dermatologists who've had experience in this area, who can really optimize the results.
If you're in Montclair, New Jersey, you might want to check out Dr. Janine Downey on Park Place. And here in Manhattan, New York, it is all about Dr. Harvey J. 212-755-2237. Wherever you are, make sure that you ask about pulse light.
Right, pulse light, intense pulse light or pulse light. Right.
Okay, make sure you ask about that. I mean, laser, electrolysis, pulse light. Ask about that and the color variations and so on and so forth. Go to the doctor's website for more details, right?
Right.
drharveyj.com.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Doctor. Everybody, keep it here. Dwelle's coming up. Plus, we'll talk Carmen Electra, Loon, and Omarosa and Bobby Brown.
Hey, man. Hello.
What's going on, Remy? What happened with you and Gloria Velez?
Talking mad reckless to me. FYI, I never got robbed in my life. Look at me letting Gloria Velez rob.
Hey, everybody. The Wendy Williams Experience is on the radio. Shout out to the big Dons and Divas Party, Part 6. You know, this year it's called the Black Party. Oh, yes. Question Mark Entertainment is very busy getting it together. For those of you who've been to the legendary Dons and Divas parties, I host them, my big party. I love the Dons and Divas extravaganzas because it's a chance for everybody to just zhuzh it up 10 notches. Last year, it was at the Borgata Hotel and Casino in Atlantic City. We've had celebrity hosts before, lots of performances. Most importantly, you all show up and you just look absolutely beautiful. So details coming, but this year, Part 6 is called The Black Party. Everybody looks good in black. You don't even have to wonder what to wear, just as long as it's black. I've gotten my dress already, as a matter of fact. So the New York Post is saying that there's some footage existing of Janet Jackson sunbathing on her back, and then she flips over and she smacks her own behind as if bongos. Where is this footage, Mr. Internet Person? Art?
They haven't sent it to me yet.
Yeah, we could look around for that, I guess. Also, I was reading in the newspaper today that Dennis Rodman says that Carmen Electra would blurt out the N-word during ecstatic moments in the bedroom.
Oh, love that.
Between that marriage, I used to really love her, but then she hooked up with Dave Navarro. She had that freaky, show on TV with him, where they were in the morgue and getting the mortuary makeup and whatnot. But she would apparently blurt that out. He was married to her for 8 whole days. And he's got a book called I Should Be Dead by Now. It'll be in stores on November 1st. And he says that she would allegedly say, "Take it, N. Go ahead, take it, N." Word. Yes. This is yours. This is yours. Take it, N. Yeah. Well, if you still care about Dennis Rodman and you want to read the book, it comes out November 1st. The Black Film Awards took place on Sunday. Remember, you're supposed to be flying out there for that? To work the red carpet?
Yeah.
It's going to be on TNT later on this month. And apparently it was a very classy extravaganza. Everybody was dressed to the nines in their formal wear, except for Bobby Brown. While other men wore tuxedos and women were wearing gowns, Bobby Brown, they say, wore a shirt that looked like it was purchased at the 99-cent store, wrinkled slacks, and worn shoes. And they say not only should he hire a stylist, but he should hire a dentist, of all things. In the meantime, Bobby was fielding questions regarding his reality show and on Bravo, which all of us are waiting for season 2. And he says, listen, here's his quote. I'm just waiting. If they give me enough money, I'll do a second season. They say it's a done deal, but they ain't given enough money yet, so I'm waiting. And regarding some of the footage, all right, most of the footage that we saw on that show, he says, I have no regrets in my life. I'm just thankful to God that I've been blessed with the opportunity to work, the opportunity to be standing on my feet, and the opportunity to wake up in the morning. I'm just grateful. He's 36. He says he's very happy, and he feels that the whole Being Bobby Brown show was a very positive experience for his wife and his children. So he's down for a second season. I'm down for a second season. I know you all are down. Yeah, so we just have to see if Bravo steps to the table with the right thing. Oh, by the way, R. Kelly's, pre-trial hearing for his child pornography charges have been pushed back by a week. So next week we'll find out what's going on, I guess, with the rest of the R. Kelly situation. Britney is no longer a popular name chosen by people who have babies these days. Mariah is right up there at the top. Apparently, Paris is right up there at the top, and so is Keanu, according to USA Today. The big losing names, aside from Britney, include Clay, because Clay Aikens has painted, I guess, the gay brush on that name, Clay. I find that a very masculine name, but I do have to say that Clay is no longer right up there with me in my mind. And Britney, I don't really associate with Britney Spears, just an overused name, like Ashley. Like people who are having babies now, they call them Ashley. Our booker, Elisa Payne, was right on target.
Oh. No, don't say it.
We've said it already. I know you didn't name her because
I don't want all the people having his name, then he'll be on the off list too.
Well, people are already naming their kids that, I guess, because of Angelina. We've already said his name.
I know, you can say it, but I don't want...
Maddox.
I don't want everyone to have it. As my father says, I named him after a civil rights attorney.
Right, Alton Maddox.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, not Maddox as in Maddox Jolie.
Cambodian.
Maddox Jolie Pitt. Whatever his name is going to be.
Shout out to Angelina, I love her.
Tony Parker was seen stepping out on Eva Longoria, everybody. So she cheats, he cheats. It's a perfect relationship, I guess.
Wendy?
A black girl who happens to be French. This just in from Elisa.
Omarosa wants to call in. She heard you talking about her ex-husband.
Yeah, because I was about to drop it about her ex-husband, but first we have to get Dwelle in. And Dwelle doesn't exactly go with the vibe of, gossiping and stuff.
Yeah.
Omarosa wants to call in. Yeah. Doesn't she want to hear what I say first?
I think she should. I told her to wait.
Yeah. Is Omarosa within the listening range?
Yeah, they're listening.
Terrific. All right, Omarosa, do you in? I mean, talk about you later. And then I guess talk to you later also. In the meantime, I guess we can start having Dwelle come back. Yeah, Omarosa's husband is speaking out regarding, this is not the first time I've heard that Sean Connery was a woman beater. So his wife, there's a book coming out by a woman named Diane Salento, and she says that she is the mother of his only child, Jason, who is 42, and they were married from 1962 to 1973, and she admits that she's walked out on Sean Connery, aka 007, many times. Well, Sean Connery is now 75 years old, but he stands a strapping 6 feet 2 inches tall, and he's a former bodybuilder, and he's punched her in the face before. And here's what she says. I left Sean because he bashed my face in with his fists. I never felt the same way about Sean after this beating. but we reconciled many times. And he's a bully. Blah, blah, blah. So on and so forth. So she's got a book coming out. I can't tell you the name of the book, but I can tell you that her name is Diane Salento. If you're interested in picking it up, you spell her last name Cilento. I don't know whether you can find a book by last name alone, but there you go. All right, let's bring Dwelle in. Dwelle is a neo soul artist on Virgin Records. His CD is called Some Kinda. Dwelle also gave me a fabulous song for my CD. Hi, nice to meet you in person. I was there while you performed the other night.
Okay.
Where were we? Where were we again?
We were at SOB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a nice performance.
Thank you.
You know, and afterwards, people misconstrued it, I think, at the label, but I was wondering whether the art of neo-soul is dying down in terms of its popularity. I was wondering out loud, saying I had a good time at your thing. I also enjoyed Jill Scott very much. Okay. As a matter of fact, I enjoy her more now than I did when she first came out. I think I was in denial of going to that side of music.
Yeah.
And then after listening, I like, what some of these people have to say.
Yeah.
So your CD was Dwelle. Is that how you pronounce it? Dwelle.
Yeah.
And that's a derivative of your name, which is
Dwelle.
Dwelle Gardner.
That's correct.
Yeah. Where are you from?
I'm from Detroit.
You have nice teeth.
Thank you.
How old are you? What's your age group?
27.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good-looking guy, isn't he, Art?
Yeah. That's all right.
What are you doing, Art? Internet porn? Why aren't you paying attention? What's he doing?
I'm talking to Trevor, actually. So you got to take the CD in the back.
Trevor's in the building. Anyway, all right. So you got a bunch of songs on here. 15 songs. You're a songwriter?
Mm-hmm.
Are there any collabos on this CD?
Yeah, I collaborated with Boney James. Mm-hmm. And also with Slum Village.
We were just talking about Boney James the other day. I was saying I didn't know who that was. And then I was educated by the listeners.
Yeah. Boney's cool people. Mm-hmm. That boy got soul right there.
Now, have you always done neo-soul music?
Soul music. I do jazz.
Yeah.
Hip-hop. I started off rapping that.
Yeah. Who are some of your favorite neo-soul artists?
Neo-soul artists? I have to say, I grew up, I love all soul music that's out right now. All the new cats, what I'm saying? From D'Angelo to Jill Scott to Raheem Devine. They all doing their thing.
Yeah, now, D'Angelo has a CD coming out, I think, right after the first of the year or something like that. He's going through a thing right now. Right. And with him being off the set, and Jill Scott sold very well, but she sold well from touring. Mm-hmm. Now, I noticed that when I went to see you the other night, there was a lot of love in the room.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a packed house.
Yeah.
Have you ever toured with any of these artists?
I've done a couple shows, with Floor Tree. Mm-hmm. I've done a few shows with a few people. I think the longest run that I've been on with the group is Slum Village.
Now,
about 2-3 months.
How did you get to meet Slum Village and then become friendly enough with them to tour?
I met Slum. I was actually playing in a club called Cafe Mahogany back in Detroit. They used to come in all the time. So that's initially when we met. I was doing hip hop at the time, so we kind of, we kind of worked it out that way, on the hip hop side of things. And I got into vocals, and we just stayed family.
So you started out as an MC?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there any MC work on your new CD?
Nah, I kept it all vocals this time around.
Do you play an instrument?
Yeah. I produced pretty much the whole track. Outside of 3 songs, I produced the whole album. Do
you still call Detroit your home? It's
for sure, most definitely.
It's Dwelle. In the Dwelle. It's Dwelle in the studio, everybody. Are you dating?
I'm dating my album.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm dating this music thing.
You got to get very, very inside of yourself to put this kind of music out. Let me see some of the names of these songs. A Pimp's Dream.
Yeah. She want to ask me. Go ahead. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, what's that all about?
A Pimp's Dream. I made A Pimp's Dream originally for a soundtrack, but I didn't get it in time. So it was a blessing. I got to put it on my album. But really what I'm talking about when I say pimp, I don't mean pimp like pimping. When I say pimp, I mean living good,
Yeah. Antoine Gardner, who's that? I noticed somebody named Antoine Gardner.
It's my little brother. He plays trombone.
Nice. Does he tour? Is he in your band?
Nah, he's in college right now, finishing up his last year, drum major down in Norfolk State.
That's an exciting thing to be doing, though.
Yeah.
Between being in college, being with your brother and whatnot. Do you have some here? Put your headphones on. I would love to hear you.
Take it back.
Freeze. Yeah. Can you?
No.
Yeah. Take it back a bit.
Tired.
Come on.
No, don't do that to me.
Do something written.
What about some spoken word? Do you do spoken word?
I did a couple spoken words on the album. A couple spoken words.
Okay, well, hit something, Goose. Here we go.
All right. I can't believe this. Come on. Said she had the strangest eyes. Them you can't touch styles. Rock cast pipes. Even wore some nice tiger stripes. Pooh came back from the back room with a smile crack so big across his face. I said, I can't do this anymore. Wendy, I can't do it.
But you want to know what? Was that emceeing or was that spoken word? A combination of both.
It was a little bit of both.
It's very Common-esque.
Common-esque.
Yeah, like the Common. Who was also a friend of the show, whose music I did not initially appreciate until after sitting back and really listening to the words.
Okay.
Well, I wish you well. There's always room in people's CD changers for good music. It's Dwelle in the studio, everybody. The CD is called Some Kinda, and it's in stores now on Virgin Records.
That's correct.
Pick that up. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Nice to talk with you.
Good to talk with you too.
Wendy, man. George Bush doesn't care about black people. And you know, George Bush doesn't care about Wendy Williams. The Wendy Williams Experience.
Wow. WBLS, today's R&B and classic soul.
Oh, and the Wendy Williams Experience till 7 o'clock. Don't forget, everybody, jump on our website at thewendywilliamsexperience.com and you can answer today's People Poll question. The one from Friday, because we weren't here yesterday, was, do you take public transportation to work? 40% of you said yes. 60% said no. I guess the 40% were nail-biting through that commute home on Friday, right? Yeah, look, we're here. Anyway, today's question is, are you afraid of relationship commitments? There are a lot of people who are. Yes or no? You can go to the website, thewendywilliamsexperience.com. And this hour of the show is brought to you by MCU. What does that stand for, MCU? Municipal Credit Union. There you go. They're sponsoring this hour. Everybody, Saturday is October 15th, and it's my park day. You can join the WBLS street team at Jackie Robinson Park on 145th Street and Bradhurst in Harlem and pitch in to clean up and plant and whatnot. And you can call 311 or visit itsmypark.org for more details. Just a reminder, because we'll be out in the park for It's My Park Day. Also, New York City, you can walk with WBLS at the American Diabetes Association's Walk for Diabetes. That's going to be on Sunday, October 16th at Riverside Park, 103rd and Riverside Drive. To register to walk on Sunday, you can call 888-DIABETES. 888-DIABETES. And I guess this weekend will be nice, seeing as we haven't seen the sun since goodness only knows when, right? Oh, don't let it get you down, though. Let's go to the telephone, see who's talking. Hello? Oh. Hello, hi. Oh. Hello, hi, it's Wendy. You're on the air.
Hi, Wendy.
How are you?
How are you?
Good.
That's good. I was calling to tell you I sent you a fax of the website.
What website?
With the Janet nude pictures on it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
But just in case you don't get it, it's egotastic.com. That's EGOTASTIC.com.
Okay.
And just scroll to the bottom of the page, and it takes you to a little movie. Because I sent you a fax telling you one of my girlfriends and this guy that I work with were standing here at my desk.
I think I've seen those pictures before, though. Is it, or she's sunbathing and her bathing suit top is untied?
Yeah. No, she's completely nude.
Yeah, she's nude, but she's sunbathing. You see?
But I was just shocked because the girl was standing here watching it, and she was talking about, oh, I wish they moved the leaf out of the way. And I'm looking at her, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know you was like that.
Art, is this what we watched like maybe 4 months ago?
Yes.
Oh, we saw. Okay.
Oh, it's that old same movie? I thought so.
All right. Well, thank you for calling.
You're welcome. Love you.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You could tell that it was a while ago because Janet is not that size anymore. At least not until she gets ready to put a new album out and tour. That's when she, magically makes it happen for herself. Hello, hi, it's Wendy, and you're on the radio.
Hey, Wendy, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm doing great. I got a question for you.
Okay.
I wanted to find out, did you guys have like a email address that I can actually email you a picture?
Yeah.
Because Mary took a picture for the Upscale magazine.
It's a movie.
And I swear, Wendy, when you see the picture, you're going to be like, is this me?
Oh, the Janet thing is a movie.
Same thing, but it's a movie.
It's the same thing, yeah, but it's a movie. Okay, yeah, you can email the pictures to Nicole at WBLS.com.
Nicole at WBLS.com.
.com. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll send it over for you.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, who the hell would be taking that screen?
On the phone. You can do it on the phones down 2 up to 12 seconds.
That's a damn shame. And look, you can clearly see the person is sneaking. You can see the sides and whatnot. Yeah, it's a movie. Yeah, Janet's out there making it happen. Hello? She doesn't have any hair? Oh, she hears something, but she...
Hello?
Hello, hi, it's Wendy. You're on the radio.
Hi, Wendy. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm good, love. My name is Damaris, and I was calling you because my husband and I were listening to you on our way home the other day, and we were arguing about who was the singer of the song. You were talking about Babyface, and he said he sings "It's Our Anniversary."
Oh, yes.
He does?
I don't know. Does he? Anniversary.
I don't know.
Raphael Sadiq, you're right. Thank you, Zoe. Raphael Sadiq.
You see? Okay, you see, we were arguing. We live in Pennsylvania, Wendy, so we come to the city to work. So we listen to you on 107.5 going to Pennsylvania. And then when we get there, we listen to you on Power 99.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you very much for commuting and listening.
Absolutely. We love you.
Thank you very much. Love you, too. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
I'll take one more. Thanks, Zoe, for that. It's our anniversary. I would have thought about it, and yeah, because I like that song, too. Hello?
Hey, Wendy.
Hey.
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing? You know who this is, girl?
Andre from Teaneck?
There you go, girl.
Oh, my gosh.
How you been?
It's been a while, Andre.
It has been a while. I'm always listening. I've just been very busy.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that you're here.
Well, yes, girl. I was just listening. You mentioned Dons and Divas. Any news on where it's at yet, or you can't tell me?
I don't have the location yet because I haven't been told, and nor do I have the date. But I do know that it is going to be in December.
Well, you know I'm a very big fan of that party.
I know you come every year, Andre.
Yes, girl.
And you always get VIP tickets and where we see each other. Well, the good thing this year is that it's the black party. Because black is the new black.
Well, yes, honey, and I have a nice little piece of Demetrio's first thing that I have to pick up that I can't wait to wear there.
Don't you just... Well, you just got a new fur last season, too, didn't you?
I get a new fur every year.
Oh, I hear that.
Come on now.
That's
and then I have to check out a pair of boots and a scarf for me.
Wow.
Yes, girl. Come on now, honey.
Now, what did you do? Instead of trading in an old fur or something like that, you had them cut it up and trick it out, or you purchased?
No. I don't have them. I don't trade in. There was I never trade in. There was once I did a restyle, but I've never traded.
Yeah, I do restyles. I never trade in either.
No, and I keep them because it's good forever. And once sometimes you get something a little out of date, but I never trade. I just have them restyle something. I even got like a little raincoat that's reversible.
Oh, nice.
That's mink. Yeah, it's fabulous.
Nice. Well, I'll keep you posted on the date.
Well, thank you, honey.
And always a pleasure.
You too. Bye, girl.
Bye, Andre.
Bye.
Always a pleasure to talk to Andre from Teaneck. Art, did you ever go back to Demetrio's and check on the fur coat?
I haven't had a chance to get back there. I wonder how many he has. So many of them.
I don't know. You can never have enough, though. I mean, unless you're nervous about getting splattered in the jacket with a tofu pie like Anna Wintour from Vogue magazine. They don't do that to the black people, though. You know what I mean? They don't want to get jumped. You don't want none, honey. They do Anna Wintour, and they might do it to Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer uses fur with wild abandon in her clothing line. But I like the fur. Shout out to Demetrio Furs, 130th Street. The thing about trading in is that if you trade in, you'll only get a couple of $100 on something that you've spent several $1,000s on. And that's a fact. So you are better off holding on to it, even if it's too big. You hold on to it and pass it down to somebody. What does it cost? Like $35 or $40 for storage for the year, and they clean it out, and it's just not worth it. Or you get it tricked out, like you get the arms cut off a coat and it becomes a vest, or you get it shortened and it becomes a chubby. And then you use the rest of the length that they cut off the bottom, and you get a handbag made out of it, or, something like that. It's much better than actually getting, trading it in, People think they're going to get all this money for a trade-in. Even, I've only had it for one season. It doesn't work like that, It's cute, too. You can trick out a pair of jeans put the Velcro on them so that you can take that Velcro tuxedo stripe, the mink tuxedo stripe all the way down the leg. Oh, yeah, you don't get to put on permanently. You get to put on with Velcro. That way you can wash the jeans in the washer and dryer and put the Velcro back on there, and you're good to go. Oh, Steve Lindsay's here.
Uh-oh.
Come in. Speaking of fur, hi, what do you have?
This is a gift for you from the salon.
Oh, that's nice. You don't have any hair?
Not today.
Oh.
Hi. So here.
All right.
Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah. Oh, a bunch of products.
Yes.
Shout out to everybody at Salon Santa Cruz on Madison. Thank you. I'll have to look through. What is this? What you're going to recommend that I wash my hair in?
Oh, Lord. No.
You wash my hair in it here.
This is a gift from Santa, and you know, it's our 20th year anniversary.
Shut up! Santa's been around that long?
Well.
Wow. She's legendary.
She is.
I got turned on to Santa. My girlfriend Lisa Carnegie used to go get her hair washed at Salon Santa Cruz and styled and cut and colored and whatnot. This is like 15 years ago. Lisa has long since moved to Virginia, and I still go to Salon Santa Cruz. Even when I was in Philly, I would drive up. It would be my excuse to come to Manhattan. And as soon as I'd get through the Lincoln Tunnel, I'd start, tearing up behind the wheel because you all left me for dead in Philadelphia, and this is really where I wanted to be. So I would make my excuses to come up once a month and get my hair done at Salon Santa Cruz. Still kind of feeling like I was apart, but like you all didn't want, and nobody, like that. Go back to Philly. Look in my rearview mirror, see the city behind me. Philly right in front of me. Like, here it comes. All right, well, it is what it is. All right, everybody. Look, Vaughn comes in at 7 o'clock with the Quiet Storm. We must move on, and we're going to talk about Omarosa's ex-husband, Aaron, plus Loon, and all kind of goings on. I got to get to Jimmy and Ashton at some point today, too, so keep it where you got it. It's the Wendy Williams Experience right here on 107.5 WBLS. Alrighty, everybody. Apparently, there is a new show being worked on by Ashton Kutcher, and I told you about it some time ago when it was on the drawing board, but it's actually being done for the WB, so they're a little bit further along in the planning. It's called Fountain of Youth. They say it's a comedic take on The Amazing Race, and he's doing it with Adam Goldberg. Another stupid TV show. Go figure. Superhead is still with Bill Maher. 10 things you never knew about Bill Maher. Would you like to know them? He sleeps until 1 p.m. He says he hasn't been up in the morning since 1968. He's a health nut. His refrigerator is full of organic foods. He doesn't say anything about Superhead. He said he's a procrastinator, always putting things off. His favorite food is spaghetti and meatballs, his mom's. Mrs. Maher. Sounds authentic. Spaghetti and meatballs. I made spaghetti and meatballs yesterday. Now, if your name is anything that ends with a vowel, you be quiet. A sister can throw down. Okay, let's talk about Omarosa's ex-husband. First of all, he's in Dallas now, and he's a grant writer for youth programs / he's an accountant. And so he says that they've been actually separated for 6 years, on and off. So he's being interviewed by a guy, and so I'll read you some of the interviewer's questions, too. He says they were separated once before she was chosen for The Apprentice. So the writer named Jimmy says, was The Apprentice the problem? And Aaron Stallworth says, nah, before the show was conceived, we had problems. So Aaron goes on to say her goal in life was to be a beauty queen and a star. Aaron says she had been in pageants, prior to them getting together, and did some before we got engaged. But after we got married, the ish was all she could think about. So the writer Jimmy says, I thought she had at least one pageant, right? Why do you think she needed that kind of attention? So Aaron says, in college or something, nothing really major. Why she needed the attention? Only a trained professional would know for sure. So Jimmy says, was she off the hook in real life or just kind of normal? And so Aaron says she was kind of normal, a go-getter. So the writer says, Jimmy, what was all that we saw on TV? Aaron says, I saw a piece of that. TV really brought it out. Jimmy says, what do you mean? And Aaron says, the bitchy chip on your shoulder, I can do no wrong. I am my biggest fan side. She honestly is a case study. So Jimmy says, so she isn't like that in real life? And Aaron says, she can be. And Jimmy asks, what made you fall in love with Omarosa? And Aaron says, I was 22 then. Now, mind you, that was 6 years ago, so he's 28 now. He says, my definition of love is totally different. Back then, young and dumb is my excuse. So Jimmy says, how old is she? And Aaron says, she's 31. Jimmy asks, Aaron, do you talk much? And so Aaron says, yeah, I saw her last month while I was in L.A., but we don't talk much overall. So Jimmy asks, who filed for divorce? And Aaron says, it was my decision, but she took care of the paperwork in the Dominican Republic. I wanted it in Los Angeles. I think she didn't want the press. Most folks still think that we're separated. It just wasn't a marriage in my eye. And I didn't see it becoming one. Let's see. Jimmy says, how was life after The Apprentice? And so Aaron Stallworth says, that's when the downhill really started because of the demands on her time. The press had her move from D.C. to Los Angeles, hoping for more TV opportunities. That, coupled with not being much of a wife, Jimmy says, you two were supposedly to be on a show together, correct? And Aaron says, well, we did a VH1 show and a court TV show. We did the Emmys, the BET Awards, and a few parties. The part was cool, of course, was that I met Vivica Fox, Gabrielle Union, Tyra Banks, Essence Atkins, Sanaa Latham, all in one night. It was like a kid in heaven. So Jimmy, the writer, says, what does her real hair look like, dude? So Aaron Stallworth says, she had a short fade when I met her. Oh! I hate the weave. She's been weaving for 4 years now. I have no idea what the real stuff looks like now. Oh, Aaron says she had the natural when I met her. I was bamboozled in a way she is. I consider myself more down than most, so I don't like to judge. More down with what? I don't get it. Old girl looks like she might be a rocket in the Sizak. Like you might need a few days off. And Aaron says, I like to give days off over taking them, but she holds it down. All right, I'll get back to this interview. In the meantime, Puffy called Loon the other night, allegedly, and asked him if he was interested in coming back to Bad Boy as a songwriter. So they're saying now that the two are negotiating. Is Loon a better songwriter than he is performer?
Yes, he's a good rapper.
He's made more money off songwriting than performing. But there's something about that spotlight. Once people get the spotlight, sometimes they can't, sit down and make that money. They got to get a piece of that spotlight still. Dame Dash, perfect example. Don't forget that show comes on tonight. I'll be checking it out. So, Ashton Kutcher has told Demi Moore, allegedly, no more plastic surgery. See, this is what they do. He wants to be sure that he's the last one who taps it when she's hot. You know what I mean? Now that he's married her and everything. This is like the perfect setup. He figures, he'll hold on to her for a moment. And even if they hold on for the long run, he will have less interference with other men if she ages gracefully. And you know what that means in Hollywood. That's doom and gloom. But are we getting ready to go into the break? Damn. All right, I'm going to pick up right here at this story. And we're going to bob and weave our way through Kamora Simmons. And we'll talk about Lindsay Lohan. And I'll take your phone calls, too. Keep it where you got it, everybody.
Wendy, man.
Michelle?
Yeah.
You're just having casual sex with him.
Right.
There is no engagement.
No.
He's got a girlfriend.
So-called. I'm pregnant now. Should I keep it?
Wait, hold on for just one moment. I'm about to reach through the phone and crack her skull.
The Wendy will...
Hey, everybody. It's the Wendy Williams Experience, and the phone lines are open at 866-GET-WENDY. Well, Sharice Strawberry, I see in today's paper, has decided to petition for divorce after 12 years, a couple of prison terms, cancer, drug addiction, and most recently, lying about the disappearance of an SUV. Apparently, Daryl, most recently, was in a gas station and then called the cops and said that the SUV that he'd rented disappeared. In the meantime, the surveillance camera showed him getting into a totally other car. No, he wasn't arrested, but, I guess she's just had it up to here. They've been married for 12 years. That's a lot to go through. Sorry to hear about that. Now, Halle Berry is interested in buying her own jet. I guess she's tired of being stared at. Business class, first class, it's all the same if you have to get on a plane with the rest of us. Staring, there she go, there she go. Acting like you have an excuse to get up and check her out, way down there. Halle's got her feet up, she's asleep. Halle's reading O Magazine. Halle's trying to talk on her telephone. We haven't even gotten to the gate. So she's looking at her own plane. She says, or they say that, she's been checking them out. She went to a plane lot. I guess that's what you call them. I don't even know what you call them. Plane lot? I don't know where the planes are, the private planes. The plane lot, like the car lot. They say, here's the quote, she was walking around the jets and giving them all a good inspection. She met 3 salesmen and then had a meeting on board one of the jets. When she got off the plane, a few other people brought her over to look at yet another plane. So maybe she'll have that plane by the time she starts shooting X-Men 3. Or if they already shot that. That's actually coming out in 2006. Was that X-Men, was the original movie and the second movie, are they that big to keep the franchise going?
Yeah, they're huge.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I'll go to the movies. Like that. Okay, well, just off the heels of performing for VH1's Hip Hop Honors, Cheryl Saltz of Salt and Pepper has a CD coming out. Oh.
A solo?
Yes. It's an urban inspirational. It's an urban inspirational CD. Oh, I'm being cricketized. Sorry, Salt. Well, this is what she says about the CD.
Oh, she's going to read more.
This is about me giving my testimony completely straight from the heart. It's just me talking about things I've gone through, where I've been, what I've learned. It's also about God and what He's meant to me in my life. Mr. T just shot a pilot for TV Land.
Pitiful.
And that's what it's called.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Oh, man. Well, I have no idea what it's going to be about, but I can tell you that it's called I Pity the Fool.
Oh, my God.
And one of my gossip columnist peers named CJ from Minnesota is right there where Prince is. So in Prince news, Arthur, and for people who always ask me why don't I talk more about Prince, because there's really nothing to talk about. He keeps a very low pro.
Yeah.
Well, they say he's facing some sort of physical ailments as a result of years of, splits and
wearing heels
and whatnot. No, so that's not unusual. And it's nothing scandalous. I just wanted to pass that on because people say, what about Prince? One of my favorite magazines, In Touch Weekly, has put out a list of the 10 biggest party animals in Hollywood. Owen Wilson's number 10, Lindsay Lohan's number 9, Jamie Foxx's number 8, Jessica Simpson's number 7, Colin Farrell's number 6, Wilmer Valderrama, who gets better looking every time I see him, I might add, is number 5. Avril Lavigne is number 4. Paris Hilton's number 3. Sean Combs is number 2. And number 1, as if you have to guess, Tara Reid.
Oh.
Yeah. It's not a shocking list.
The order is shocking.
Well, the order might be shocking. I just figure Jamie Foxx might not be one of the biggest, but they had to put 2 blacks on there just to, spread it out a bit. Jessica's name is on there, but Nick's isn't. Sure sign of divorce. Say, because they would have said Jessica Nick Lachey Simpson or whatever. Anyway, no more plastic surgery. So that's what Ashton told Demi. You know, he wants to make sure she's good and fallen when he gets done with her. So he can say he was the last to tap her when she was beautiful, I guess. I don't know. And who's to say she's going to age ugly? They exchanged wedding vows on September 24th. They say they were very heartfelt. But, Ashton is 27 and Demi is 42. And, she's held it together. It's no secret with lots of plastic surgery. But sources are saying that Demi has been worried that the 15-year age gap might eventually bother Ashton. So recently, a source said she was feeling that she should do everything in her power to look her best, of course. So she was thinking about going to get more plastic surgery. And apparently she's already spent tens of thousands of dollars. So this is what this particular doctor who says that who's never treated her. His name is Dr. John Anton. He says if Demi has had any work done, it was performed by an extremely talented and restrained surgeon. What do you mean if? The world would be a more beautiful place if all plastic surgeons used such moderation. So he's saying that she's had good work. But what they're saying is that Ashton told her. He told her in no uncertain terms, this is a quote, there would be no more surgery. He insisted, boy, it was very noisy for a second. What happened? Okay. Gosh, Art's mic makes all that noise? Turn it back on? Oh, that's disgusting. Keep it off. Anyway, he insists that he loves every wrinkle in her face and he doesn't want her to get anything else done. Demi loves the fact that her husband finds her beautiful, and as beautiful as girls half her age. But she also knows that it won't be long before things start to sag. And she's already had her children. The oldest is 17, the youngest is 11. And he's saying no more plastic surgery. So, we'll see what happens. Let's get back to Omarosa's ex-husband, Aaron Stallworth. So Jimmy, who's interviewing Aaron, says, do you watch The Real Life? Aaron says, I caught the last 2 episodes. I'm going to hold out until the next one before I give my final opinion. And so he says, I've never seen her happier. Dude asks her, how much bread did she make doing Surreal Life? And he says, Aaron, between 30 and 40K for 2 weeks. Well, wait until I get down to how much did she make for Apprentice. Hold on. So Jimmy says, does it make you cringe to see her pushing up on Jose Canseco? And Aaron says, nah. And Jimmy says, come on. And Aaron says, seriously. So Jimmy says, did you get yourself a white girl? Since the divorce, that's, what black men do, according to many black men. And so Aaron says, can't do it. And Jimmy says, come on, son. You got one coming, B. You might deserve one. Nobody would fault you. And Aaron says, nah, not my type. And Jimmy says, what do sisters say when you tell them that you're Omarosa's ex-husband? And Aaron says, sisters are so competitive, they don't care. Most of them didn't care for her much anyway. So Jimmy says, what do you think the biggest misconception is about Omarosa? And Aaron says, I'm going to have to say what you see is what you get for the most part. So Jimmy says, how much did she make doing The Apprentice? And Aaron says, 9K.
What?
And Jimmy says, that's it? And Aaron says, yeah, Kwame got like $50,000. And so Jimmy says, how much loot total do you think she's made as a celebrity? And Aaron says, between $150,000 and $300,000. She does speaking appearances. Jimmy asks his marriage and his future. He says, nah, and that's the end of the interview. Omarosa, we don't need to talk. I mean, when you were hot and popping, I really wanted you on the show. You totally ignored me. And so now I'll be damned if I take a telephone call when you could have very easily just come in the studio back when, you had it like that. But I wish you well with your single life. And doesn't seem like your husband your ex-husband bashed you at all, except, he told what you made with Surreal Life, which could be maybe embarrassing.
Yeah,
and Apprentice. Yeah. I mean, but other than that, he said you were good in bed. He did say you've been wearing a weave since forever. When I first met you on The Apprentice, in my head, I thought that was all real. And then it got longer. Yes, yeah. Not all black girls wear weaves, wigs, clip-in hair, extensions. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to the black girls who wear absolutely nothing. You all get no respect anymore because so many people just assume, that it's all, there are some black girls who grow their hair down to there and it's thick and nice and lush. And I thought when I first met Omarosa in my head on The Apprentice that it was real. Then once she got Omarosa eyes after The Apprentice, then she started finishing it off with 3 or 5 inches or whatever. But I thought the initial was real. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I thought too.
But not according to Stallworth. He says you were snatched bald. You had a low top fade when he first met you. Oh, you weren't in here on the show.
I heard that.
Oh, yeah. The low top.
You believe him?
Yeah, what? He could have said worse stuff about her.
True.
Why wouldn't I believe him? Kamora Simmons spared no expense for Russell's birthday. Well, it was his 48th birthday, October 4th, and he was gifted by his lovely wife, Kamora, a $50,000 pair of 10-carat white and yellow diamond cufflinks. That was a discount. 5 carats a piece, $50,000. 5-carat stone, $25,000. All right. Well, that's a nice gift, though. Is he going to wear those cufflinks on his Fat Farm T-shirts? How does he fashion those? But the cufflinks? Does he wear them buttoned down and buttoned at the wrist too?
He probably will now.
Now that he's got, what do you think this is his first pair of cufflinks?
From her, probably.
The Tyra Banks show is starting to grow on me a bit. I'll tell you why.
What?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you why. Here's why. Because first of all, she is filling in where Ricky Lake left off. I've had a few opportunities to give her a try. And while I haven't sat and paid attention, wringing my hands or sitting and actually watching it, I've left it. And I find myself, when it repeats here in New York, it's 9 o'clock in the morning, Regis and Kelly are on. And I know their whole spiel. Do you know what I mean? And I like Regis and Kelly, but I turn on Tyra Banks, and I sit there and then I'm getting up and I'm down and I'm listening from the other room. And, it's not so bad. Yesterday I had the day off. I was making my spaghetti and meatballs. The Tyra Banks show was on at 5 o'clock in the kitchen. And, it is what it is. Look, it's not great, but neither is a lot that's out there. So she's not going to be canceled. She fits, she's grown.
Wendy, man.
On me.
I'm 46 years old. I haven't had any in 3 years. My wife cut me off 3 years ago because of her serious mental deficiencies, and I've still been a faithful husband.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
107.5 WBLS with the return of the $107,000 cash guarantee. Backed by popular demand, it's your chance to pick up an easy grand. $1,000 winners throughout the day. Set your radio to wake up and get paid on the Steve Harvey Morning Show. And listen for Steve to give you the cue to call in to win each morning at 7:15 a.m. Then listen for Steve again at 12:15 and then again at 5:15. Be the 10th caller and you're an instant winner.
That is crazy.
It's the $107,000 cash guarantee on 107.5 WBLS. Today's R&B and classic soul.
Hey, this is your man Steve Harvey in the mornings. Come and get this money, y'all. We got it for you cash.
Be caller number 10 at 212-545-1075.
$1,000 right here from 107.5 WBLS.
Let's take it down the line then. You're caller number 1. Hi.
Hi.
WBLS, you're caller number 2. Hi.
Hi.
WBLS, you're caller number 3. Hi.
Hi.
WBLS, you're caller number 4. Bye. Hi. WBLS, you're caller number 5. And WBLS, you're caller number 6. WBLS, you are caller number 7. You're caller number 8 here at BLS. You're caller number 9 here at WBLS. And hello!
Oh.
Darling, you're caller number 10! Honey, you just picked up $1,000.
All right.
In our $107,000 cash guarantee.
Oh, my God. Thank you.
See, it pays to listen. What's your name?
This is Alexandria.
And where are you calling from?
Calling from Patterson.
Wonderful. What's your last name? Would you like to put yourself on blast?
That's fine. Last name is Henry.
Okay. What are you going to do with the money? Because the holidays are coming.
Oh, damn. I guess I'll be buying some gifts.
Or you can just spend the whole thing on yourself.
Yeah, right?
All right. Well, Alexandra, thank you so much for listening. Everyone else, make sure that you keep it here. Tomorrow morning, the winning begins again at 7:15 with the fabulous Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right.
And then again at 12:15 with Mark Jordan. And once again tomorrow about this same time. Alexandria Henderson, let us know your radio station with the $107,000 cash guarantee.
WBLS.
Hold on.
He's bringing the grind straight from the street with the hottest new reality show hitting the box seat, Ultimate Hustler. Tonight, the competition heats up when Damon Dash puts the teams to the test in the studio.
And a lot of these kids working with my artists. This is not a game. I want straight hit records.
Some of them think they're like that.
But you have winners today. Everything we touch turned to gold so far.
Really flat. Some of them think they're already hustlers.
I'm just telling y'all, this is what I do every day.
Some of them need to think again.
You don't do this until you've made a record. I do this. 17 years of doing this. You trying to do this.
Don't miss the drama.
Certain people better not come up here and say nothing wise to me.
Don't miss the twist.
You never know what to expect when Damon's face pops up on that hologram.
And find out who gets the boot.
Well, I did not come here to go home.
The Ultimate Hustler tonight at 9 only on BET. Don't miss BET's Ultimate Hustler, hosted by mogul Damon Dash. 16 contestants with street smarts and killer instincts compete to be the Ultimate Hustler tonight at 9 p.m. only on BET.
I'll be there. Art, will you be there?
Yep.
Mostly to find out what happens to our ex-intern, Jen, right?
Yes.
She's the white girl who lost the key last week. We were so embarrassed for her. Me and Art, both of our lines were busy at the same time. We were trying to call each other, screaming. Finally, I got through to him, and he picked up his phone like, I can't believe it, I would have fired her. And I didn't even say hello to him. I was like, Art, I would have fired her. I can't believe that she survived. But, so we'll see Jen tonight, see how she redeems herself. Because she and the other guy, too, I would have fired both of them. How are you going to lose the one symbol of...
she found hers.
And she found hers, but she wants to be a personal assistant. I don't know. Anyway, I was thinking about those $50,000 cufflinks that Kimura gave Russell. It's beautiful. Yellow and... I mean, just to be wealthy like that. She probably sent an assistant or something. Oh, it's Russell's birthday. Pick him up something. You know how that is. Pick him up something. Just get him. Here's my credit card. Or here's the cash. Here's my ATM or whatever you do. Go pick him up something. 10 carat, white and yellow. Shout out to B&B Jewelers in Wayne, New Jersey.
Yes.
There's Ben and Eddie over there. They got the bomb cufflinks, too. I just love a man in a French, a cuffling style shirt. It's just so smart, so dapper. So rare to see. Unless they're getting up and going out for the night. Oh, by the way, this hour of the show is brought... Oh, no, it's not brought to you. This is LA Weight Loss for me to do a commercial, right? Okay, 1-800-448-TRIM, 1-800-448-TRIM. I had myself some very nice chicken noodle soup today. When I originally got on LA Weight Loss, the carb craze was still in full force. Now people are back to eating carbs. But at that particular time, I think I just made it up in my head. Oh, I had crave carbs. I just wanted to seem cool or something. Or you know how maybe this is the answer to why I'm overweight. Maybe it's one of these carb cravers. So I had them put me on a carb cravers diet. Whatever it was, it worked. And I still ate pretzels. And I still ate chicken noodle soup. And I still ate carbs. But I was on the carb cravers diet. They made it just for me. They'll make you your own diet, too. All you have to do is tell them what the hell your problem is. You know, why is it that you look like that? And they will make a diet just for you. A weight loss program. You don't need scales, and you don't need all kinds of other ridiculousness. You just go see those people at LA Weight Loss. You can tell them I sent you. I'll give you the telephone number, 1-800-448-TRIM, 1-800-448-TRIM. I don't much know how it works. I'm so used to dieting crazy with pills and needles and measuring and throwing up and stuff that, you know, by the time I found LA Weight Loss, I was like, what? I don't have to throw up? You know what I mean? Like, what? I don't have to go to the gym if I don't want to? I don't have to take pills to make my thyroid crazy? They said, no. What do you love? What do you think makes you like this? So I sat down with my LA weight loss counselor. It truly is like having a shrink for your overall life, because somehow your weight is affected by everything that you do. And you'll get a weight loss counselor too. The best I can tell you is I lost 17 pounds in 3 months. Thank you, LA Weight Loss. It might have been like 11 weeks and 3 days or something. It was just at that 3-month mark, I remember. Thank you, LA Weight Loss. I saw nothing but success the entire time that I was on the weight loss program. I wasn't like down 3 pounds and then up 1 and then down 7 pounds and then up 1. I lost steadily. Steadily, I lost on LA Weight Loss. The worst thing that would happen to me when I was on the weight loss program is that I would have moments where I was stalled, like at 12 pounds. I remember the 12, you know, but I never gained a 12. Thank you so much, LA Weight Loss. Thank you, Diane, my LA Weight Loss counselor. I know it's been a while since we've seen each other. And if I had it my way, we'll never see each other again, because that would mean that I'm an LA Weight Loss success story for a lifetime. It's been almost 20 months since I lost my weight, and I still feel terrific. I've kept the weight off. I'm still wearing the same success story clothes, you know, that I bought, you know, after the weight came off. Call them. See what LA Weight Loss can do for you. You know, if it's 25 pounds, if it's 75, if it's 100 pounds, this is your weight loss program. They're affordable. 1-800-448-TRIM. 1-800-448-TRIM. Dear Wendy, could you please give condolences to the Brown family of Mount Vernon for their loss? Their son was shot and killed on Sunday morning. From everybody in Yonkers who loved him deeply. Oh, sorry to hear about that Brown family.
Omar Epps and Keisha.
Oh, there's Omar Epps and Keisha from Total and their new baby. Oh, she lucked out. She lucked out all right. Let me see. Does she look gay? No, but she's not looking at the camera. What do you suspect? You know what I tell you about body language? Mm-hmm. Must be a nice looking chick standing over there. Omar's holding the whole family down. Look, she's holding on to her pregnancy weight and everything, but she doesn't look like a big fatso. Look at the kids. Cute.
I want to stay with somebody Lathan.
Look at Omar's package. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But just look at his package. Look at his package. That's not laughable. Let me press the right button. Hold on. I said, look at Omar's package. Then again, he is wearing white pants. White makes everything look bigger.
Oh.
Look at it, Zoe. Stop giggling. Get up and look. Hey, Steve, look. Look at Omar Epps' package.
Oh.
Right? Look. Do you think he stuffs?
I don't know.
That's a lot going on, right?
There's a lot going on.
Mm-hmm. Right, Gay Steve? Gay Steve did a second look.
Yes.
All right now. Hey, let me pass along this information to you. WBLS is welcoming the Ohio Players, Black Ivory, and the Delphonics to the Bergen Performing Arts Center. It's going to be this Saturday. Do you want to go? Well, get in contact with the people at the Bergen Performing Arts Center. It's this Saturday. The Ohio Players, Black Ivory, and the Delphonics. Man, that's a pimp's delight. That concert. Mm-hmm. All right, just another reminder from your radio station. We've got the Steve Harvey Morning Show, don't you know? Artie was up in the Foxwoods this weekend, saw Steve tell jokes.
Brilliant.
Said he was brilliant, funny. Don't forget to check him out tomorrow morning. It's the Steve Harvey Morning Show and the Wendy Williams Experience in the afternoon. Vaughn comes on after me, though, at 7 o'clock on 107.5 WBLS.
Washington Mutual.
Hey, everybody. So we're about to get out of here. Don't forget to go to the website, thewendywilliamsexperience.com, and take part in our yes or no people poll. We do one every day, a different question. Friday's question was, Do you take public transportation to work? Well, we didn't work yesterday, but the results are 40% of you said yes. Today's question is, are you afraid of relationship commitment? A simple yes or no will do. Also, I would like to thank Dwelle for coming in. Dwelle is the fabulous neo-soul artist. His CD is in stores right now, and it's entitled Some Kinda, as in Some Kinda Dwelle. And he's out of Detroit, the Motor City. So very nice. And also, thank you very much to Dr. Harvey H.J. M.D. Dr. Harvey is a dermatologist based in Manhattan, New York City. Dr. Harvey specializes in... Zoe, what does he specialize in?
Laser.
No, not laser. And not electrolysis.
He specializes in pulse light.
Pulse light hair removal. Thank you, Zoe. So... I'll give you his telephone number for New York local, and then you can always go onto his website. But remember some of the things that he said when you go to your various dermatologists to talk about hair removal. And his telephone number is 212-755-2237. He sounded like he was onto something with this Pulse Light. He's got this big, expensive piece of equipment in his office, and, Let's go to the telephone. Any parting words or parting shots? Hi, it's Wendy. You're on the air. Hello? Hi.
Hi.
Hey, it's Wendy.
Hi, Wendy. How are you?
Good. How goes it?
Oh, fine. Okay. How goes it with you?
All right. We're getting ready to get out of here. I thought you might have some parting words.
Oh. I was, they had the contest already?
Oh, yes. There are no contests going on right now.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for calling.
Well, thank you. I enjoy your station.
Oh, thank you. Bye-bye.
All right.
Hello. Hi, it's Wendy, and you're on the radio.
Hey, Wendy. Oh, I don't believe I got through.
Here you are.
I just want to tell you what that show you had yesterday was rocking.
Oh, the Best Of show.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Trev Hollywood.
Oh, my gosh. But listen. All right. Now, dish the deep apple dish.
Uh-oh. Get ready, Goose. All right.
The object's name would have to be last name of, I knew it.
Yes.
I knew it. Well, listen, Wendy, keep rocking.
Thank you very much.
You're doing a wonderful job. I'm a recent listener.
Thank you.
I love what you're doing on the airwaves.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Woody? Take care. Bye-bye. Bye. It's 866-GET-WENDY. That's my telephone number. And you're on the radio. Hi.
Hey, Wendy.
Yes.
Yes, I want to know. I know Cece Pennison's a fan of the show, and she's a friend of the show. But you and Artie be talking about her back in the day taking in all that jism. How's she going to come back on your show? Come on now. She hears your show. How's she going to come back on your show? Not taking in all that jism.
We talked...
Back in the day.
We talked about... Come on.
Don't laugh. It ain't funny. It's a serious matter.
Well, thank you.
She could gag to death and swallow the business.
Goodbye. You're ridiculous. We got somebody else. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, it's Wendy.
Hey, I just wanted to co-sign with what Aaron was saying about Omarosa. Because I actually went to school with her. And yes, she was snatched bald. But the reason she was snatched bald was because she was on the ROTC team.
Oh.
So that's why she was bald. And I'm quite sure she probably still is bald. And it was a short fade and everything.
Wow, a short fade. Mm-hmm. With all that jawline and all that, all that bone in her teeth
When I first saw
structure.
her on The Apprentice, I was like, oh, she pretty. Then I got closer and closer, and I was like, that's the girl from the ROTC.
Wow.
But she was very humble at Howard, so I don't know how she just turned into this bitch that she's been portrayed on TV.
Wow. Well, thank you for calling.
You're welcome. Take care.
And this just in, everybody. Lark Voorhees finds her way home. Nashville, Tennessee. Dateline today. I've never been to Nashville alone. All right, well, I'm not going to read it the way Robin Henderson, that's the author of the writer of the article, but I will say this, that Lark Voorhees is best known as Lisa Turtle from Saved by the Bell. Now, it was reported that she was in drug rehab, that she had allegedly a serious problem with cocaine, and that was reported back in May. But she's got a husband, and he's an actor, and his name is Miguel Coleman. And she did check into the Hazleton Clinic. It's a famous drug rehab clinic for the stars. And Lark went to Minnesota to that facility. She stayed there through May, June, and July. Once she was released, she did not return to Los Angeles. Instead, she and her husband moved to Nashville, Tennessee. That's where Lark is from, and that's where her family is. And when she gave the following statements, they say she was wearing Levi's and a powdered blue T-shirt. She had on no makeup, and her hair was pulled black, and she's thin. And she says to the writer of the article, "I'm so glad you came. I wanted to talk to the black media because I wanted to thank the black community for always supporting me." She goes on to elaborate by saying, "There are times when I didn't deserve the black community's support because of my hang-ups about being black." Wow. Who knew? "There were times I tried to do the whole I'm mixed thing, but at the end of the day, I was black and will always be. In fact, I learned a hard lesson because after Saved by the Bell, I tried to get roles and white producers wouldn't give me a chance. But black sitcoms and black movies were always there to bail me out, and I'm grateful for that." Now, here she is talking about the drugs or whatever. She says, "First of all, I'm not bipolar. The National Enquirer said that I was bipolar. I got into coke because I was depressed when the roles just dried up. I had just done Civil Brand with Lisa Ray." What? Anyway. "And thought the movie would be my big breakthrough, but it didn't happen. I started with Just a Snort here." Girl, you ain't said nothing but a word. "And a snort there. And within a week, I was buying a half a gram. And then a week after that, I'd buy the full gram. I loved coke because there was no paranoia like you'd have with pot, and it didn't make me hungry." Wow. I guess everybody has a different reaction. "My blinds came tumbling down on the floor many a night, mother at the window. What I hear? What I hear? Damn, they're down on the ground. I'm exposed again. Hello, maintenance? Can you please come up here and fix my blinds? Damn, the maintenance man, I swear he's an undercover cop. Damn, damn, damn. Oh, my gosh. What the hell? Well, Lisa Turtle, I'm glad to hear that you are back on the road to recovery. And thank God that nightmare is over for me. My blinds would be falling on a regular. Oh my God, the maintenance man's a cop. He came to get me. He came to get me. Where's my knife? Ooh. I'd meet the maintenance man, no lie. Wow. With a shank in the back of my drawers just in case something happened. Oh yes. Oh, it's a terrible. No, that's terrible. Shout out to everybody caught up in the struggle. And for those of you who never, say no to cigarettes, because cigarettes are the gateway drug. You know, you smoke, you drink, you snort, you shoot up, you know, you rob, you steal, you'll kill your mother. Ooh. Just say no.
Public service announcement from Wendy Williams.
And now I gotta go. I love you for listening. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
He's part of me, boy. See you later. I'm saying bye-bye.
Good night. Program complete.
I didn't tell them because it was time to go, but there's more to the statement from Lark Voorhees, so we'll deal with that. And, gosh, talk about Michael Jackson and his visit to, everybody went crazy. And I'll take your phone calls and whatnot. We'll review the events of the day that have passed so far and talk about a man and a Rottweiler and the sex they used to have.
Oh!
Wow! I talked about this story months ago. Well, the man finally had his day in court. So, all right, everybody, keep it where you got it, because the bonus hour of and Megan Good's wedding too, and the bonus hour of the Wendy Williams Experience is up next on WVLS.
Give me what you got.
107.5 WBLS, New York.
She's a mother.
Hey, Mommy, happy to go.
Here. Oh, don't drop it on the floor. Germs.
She's crafty.
I know how to paint. I can sew. I do a little cooking.
She's a singer.
Struggle. In and out. Ups and downs.
Put that where? Back there.
She drops it like it's hot.
Brown juice in one hand and get right in the other.
She has Tourette's moments.
Although I do have to be honest with you, the last time that I went, Dame Dash What does that have to do with anything?
She spazzes out.
No, you didn't tear up your 40-something-year-old body. No!
She's gangster.
Anybody who tries to get in the way is going to get rolled over.
She's the queen of all media. Wendy Williams. Since you've been listening this far, we're going to throw in a little bonus hour. You ready?
How long is this bonus hour gonna last? I'm getting addicted.
No, let me tell you, I love this extra hour.
Everything is organic here on the bonus hour.
Yeah, baby. Hey, yo, check this out. It's Wendy, man. Here it is. It's the bonus hour on the Wendy Williams Experience.
107.5 WBLS, New York.
I got to tell you something. I got a crick in my neck that I've just been thinking was going to go away all day. It's not. I'm like, I got to move my whole body just to look to see what's over my shoulder. Just driving, it's just like face forward. Hopefully nothing will, come up on my right or left because I can't.
It's going to take a while.
Yeah, I hate it. I'm going to sit in the tub when I get home.
Yeah, or use an ordinary muscle rub.
Yeah. I mean, I get a little massage, something like that.
There you go.
But, you need the heat. I have one of those things that you microwave and then throw it on your back. My whole thing with the tub is that I just can't sit unless I'm someplace where I just have to sit. Do you get in your bathtub a lot at home? See, I can't get in there and, froth it all up and stuff because I'm thinking, my mind is racing. I got a million things to do. What am I doing? Sitting here in the damn bubbles. And then you get out, then you have to rinse them off. Then after you rinse them off, you have to properly, moisturize. Give me, a 3 to 5 minute shower. I'm good. I got things to do. My sister and I, we went to the movies on Saturday, or was it Sunday? Whichever it was. 2 hours and 9 minutes. I'm toe tapping, keep opening up my cell phone, looking at the clock. It wasn't a bad movie, but it's just the idea of being in the movie. I can't do anything else. I can't shuffle papers. I can't stamp bills. I can't.
You mean you couldn't relax?
No! It's dark. You're sitting face forward. I saw the Cameron Diaz movie in a senior citizens theater. Everybody was as old as Olympia Dukakis. Yeah. Warren Beatty's sister was in it. What's her name? I like her. Shirley MacLaine, yeah. Everybody was that old. I saw it with the whole gray mafia. So I'll back up and we'll start with Lark Voorhees. First off, I'm not bipolar. The Inquirer made that up. I got into coke because I was depressed when the roles just dried up. I had just done Civil Brand with Lisa Ray and thought that the movie would be my breakthrough, but it didn't happen. I started with just a snort here and a snort there, and within a week I was buying a half a gram, and then a week after that I was buying another gram. I loved cocaine because there was no paranoia like you have when you smoke pot, and it didn't make me hungry. I was just putting on weight because of being depressed, and the coke was like a diet that helped me go from a size 8 back down to a size 4. But I'm clean now, and I've come out of the fog. Being home here in Nashville helps so much. Also, everybody, look for Lark Voorhees. She's going to be doing Say No to Drugs public service announcements, which are great. She's doing them for the Partnership for a Drug-Free America. One day I'll matter, out there. And then I want to do these also. I mean, that's the darkness. But, once you come through the light and you removed yourself far enough away from it, you can make jokes, like I was telling you about the blinds and stuff. It was a true story. I mean, I got like lots of funny stories and everything, but the bottom line is that drugs are the devil. Yeah. I mean, KRS-One, to quote his words to me one time, there's nothing wrong with a little self-medication. I don't know. But I do know that needle sticking, that pill popping, and that cocaine snorting and smoking and stuff. Who here has been down that road? I won't say anything. Goose? Wow. Goose is, older cat in the game. Everybody's caught up in something. Back when the Peach Boys were on stage at the garage doing special. Special. Wendy, obviously the woman who faxed you on Friday about your husband babysitting your son doesn't have any children with a husband. On holidays with no school, the woman and the mother always takes the day off and stays home. The woman and mother always take the day off and stay home with my son. It's a woman and it's a mommy thing. It's obvious that girlfriend doesn't know. Well, no, I think people really buy into that whole 50-50 partnership thing. You know, I had the day off yesterday. I took the day off because I wanted Mrs. Lopez to stay at home with her children. They had off from school too. I'm respectful of that. I just can't say, you know, you work for me. You know, I pay your salary. You know, my kid's off from school, you work. No, I just, you know, so I stayed home. I don't have a problem with it. I wish the weather wasn't so lousy, but we got a lot accomplished. I mean, you know, my husband was around, in and out and stuff, but, you know, I'm the mother. I feel like that. I feel like, is there really a 50-50 partnership with the kids? Or is that, you know, my kid above and beyond everything? That's how I feel. I feel as though that's mine. You don't have to find the pediatrician. As a matter of fact, unless I can't get out of bed, you don't even have to take him. He has before, but of course I protest. No, well, then call me as soon as you get there. Well, you know, like that. Because I feel as though, you know, it's just a thing. What else did I want to tell you? Wendy, I heard Toni Braxton's new single, Trippin', from her CD. Can you be the first in New York to play it? Well, I just asked Stacy, our music director here at WBLS. She just got the job. Clap it up for her. I asked Stacy Anderson, are we playing Toni Braxton here at the radio station? Because I listen, but I got to say, you know, like I listen in the morning when Steve is talking, I change the station when the music comes on. Is that terrible? It's not because I don't like the music. I'm a talkie. Do you understand what I'm saying? I turn on the radio. I like to hear talk. So when Steve's not talking, I talk to, I'm talking to my son, then Steve comes back on. I flip the radio back on. So I'm not really paying that much attention. Are we? Is Toni Braxton that computer goose?
Yeah, she put it in.
What song did she put in?
She's about to put in, right?
The Ring song. It's that Ring.
Oh, okay.
Where's my ring song?
Yeah. Great. So we're going to be playing something. I got criticized last week for not playing Toni Braxton. I said, well, you know, that's Miss Anderson. Toy Sharima's listening. She says, how you doing? She says her fix. Oh, she's still faxing about the fix. Remember last week, the handbag, the shoes, what's your fix? She said her fix is shoes. She loves Christian Dior, and her hair. Hair is the fix. She says, Wendy, give me a garbage bag full of human hair and I'm good. Girl after my own heart. So Boy George was busted, cocaine bust over the weekend. So 80s. Yeah. I mean, for a guy like that, you know what I mean? You would think that he would have done it hard and then kind of, Boy George, he was arrested. Well, you know what he did? He called 911. Have you ever done that? Caught up in the Matrix? Think you hear something or, think someone's watching you or somebody's standing outside your window on your deck or whatever? Oh, I've gotten to the 911 and then hung up the phone. Totally paranoid. Just total paranoia. Apparently, this was his deal. It was on Friday. And he called 911 early Friday and falsely said his home had been burglarized. He's 44. And he lives in Little Italy. And it was 3:14 a.m. If that's not the hour, I don't know what it is. Mm-hmm. That's just around 3:14 in the morning. You're like, oh, that's okay. I'll be finished before the sun comes up. You know what I mean? I can't have the sun coming through the windows and I'm still sitting here. The officers arrived to the scene and discovered a small amount of cocaine adjacent to the computer. A woman in the apartment reportedly said that there was more cocaine around. The police continue to investigate. Oh, my gosh. Oh. Oh, he told on himself. Yeah. It's terrible. Wendy, I have a question. Should I stay with a great guy that I don't love? He's mostly everything I would want in a husband, except I can't fall in love with him. I can't see myself marrying him. I can't see myself having his children. I just yearn to be loved. Should I take my chances and leave to find love? Because if I do, I may lose the greatest guy I could ever meet. I'm so confused. What do I do? All right, how old are you, Missy? Oh, here's her background. I'm 25 and gorgeous. Absolutely leave. Why are you settling? I'm 25 and gorgeous. I have my BA, a decent job. I wish I made more money. I'm living on my own. He's 25 and good looking. He's got a high school diploma, a part-time job, and it bothers me because I make more than he does and don't like the fact that he works a few hours and doesn't do anything productive with his free time. He lives with his mom because he doesn't have enough income to be on his own. Why are you even toying with marriage with this guy? Hey, gorgeous. Drop him like a bad habit. Unless the sex is good. In which case, put him in his category. Guys do it all the time on us. Let's go to the telephone. Let's talk to somebody mature who understands what a category is. Hello?
Hello, can I speak to Wendy?
Hi, it's Wendy. All right, you're a man, but tell me about the categories. Don't you have women? Don't you have categories? The potential wife.
Yeah.
The back alley hoe who gives like the greatest sex but could never be brought home or brought out during the light of day.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. Wow. B.
Yeah, no, you don't have to choose. I'm just saying, categorize him and use your contraception.
Okay, right.
Yes.
Wendy, I wanted to say something to you.
Uh-oh.
On Saturday, I have to say I love you.
Thank you.
Saturday, I was leaving the supermarket, and I ran into this thing called Rollout Urban Style Weekly.
Oh, yeah.
And you're on the cover?
Yes.
And Wendy, I on the way home, I stopped over for 40th St. Ides, a little Get Right.
All right.
I got home, I read the article, and I have to say, Wendy, that picture of you in that black dress, your breasts are in the abyss of this dress.
Oh.
I mean, you look incredible.
Oh. I'm trying to look at it myself. I just have a copy of it right here.
You had a black dress, a black halter dress?
Oh, yes. That's on the VH1 red carpet. I'm wearing, yes, there they are. Here they are.
You look wonderful.
Thank you.
You look wonderful. But Wendy, I love your show.
Thank you. I'm glad you listened.
And say hello to everybody, Sidebar and everybody.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye.
He had his radio all up and everything. All crazy. Let me talk to a woman about categorizing. A woman of a certain age, because sometimes I think like the young girls feel as though they have got to, if he's not right to take home, I've got to leave him alone. If he's not good marriage material, I've got to leave him alone. And I'm not encouraging by any means sleeping around. I'm just saying there's nothing wrong with dating around and categorizing men for what they're good for. Christmas is coming. You don't necessarily want to take the fabulous lay to your Christmas party at work. Maybe he doesn't do a good presentation. Hello?
Hi.
Hi, it's Wendy.
Hey, Wendy, you need somebody with maturity?
Exactly.
What category do I put my men in?
Well, exactly. For instance, don't you have a different man that you would take to the opening of The Color Purple?
You got that right.
Than you would to slay your brains out because it's been 3 weeks?
Oh. I was fortunate. I actually had a combo man.
Oh.
That could pull it off.
Well, that's the marrying type.
No, but you want to know something?
Oh.
He wasn't the marrying type.
Oh.
Because he didn't know how to act right.
Oh, well, see, now what was he good at? What was his combo?
Well, his combo was he looked good.
Mm-hmm.
He did me good.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's it.
That was all.
Yeah.
It wasn't that emotional connection.
When I was single, there was this dumb man from Brooklyn. And he was just so stupid. Just shut up. Just so stupid.
I know.
But he was big, just tall, like 6'5", like dark and, like that. But just...
Yeah, how some guys say, I'll only do it if I put a bag over his head.
Yes!
I will only do him if I could put some tape over his mouth.
Yes, hello. And sneak him through the back door of your building because you don't want anybody to see that you're... Damn.
That's all you need. But I'm married now.
Yes.
You hear me? I'm married now.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's a love thing, but I don't like them every day.
Oh, well, but that's life. But you know what? You're still married, so apparently you're more in like and in love than you are in hate.
Well, I tell him everything. I said, well, you don't make me cry, so it's all right.
Yeah, this is what I like to ask people with relationships. If you hit the lottery tomorrow, say $10 million, do you leave or do you stay because there's nobody else you'd rather spend the money with?
I stay because I don't know what I'm going to get on the other side.
And what you have isn't so bad.
And what I have is all right.
Thank God.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See, people make fun of marriage and stuff like that, but I like to hear, like a happy ending because you scare the young girls off. Hello? And the guys, too. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, this is Wendy.
Hey.
Hey, Wendy.
Welcome to the show. I was just about to talk about Will and Jada Pinkett.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So what's going on with you?
Not too much. I'm driving home.
Nice to have you here. Where are you going?
Edison.
Oh.
But commenting about the categories.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have categories. I agree. I'm engaged now, a little older. I'm 37. I'll be 38 in November.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to have a category for guys you have a good time with, guys you want to potentially be with in the future.
Yeah. Absolutely. I agree.
Okay.
All right.
Talk to you later, Wendy.
Thanks for calling. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I think she might have been distracted on the road. You're not going to blame me for that head-on. So Will and Jada are not having that big New Year's Eve soiree, charging $625,000 a person. Will, as a matter of fact, says that he's very private. He doesn't invite people who he knows professionally into his home. Yeah, that was the buzz on Friday. Let's talk on the phone more. Hello? Hi, it's Wendy.
Hey, Wendy.
Hey.
This is Jeff from Brooklyn.
Hi, Jeff.
I was just calling because this categorization thing.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know, maybe I'm different or idealistic, but I would hate to think that I'm kept around just because I'm a good lay.
Well, you are. Providing that you are a good lay.
I know I'm a good lay, but the thing about it is that I want to know that I'm good enough for somebody to go all the way with.
No. Well, have you married somebody yet?
No.
Then you're not good enough. I mean, you have your attributes, and we appreciate you for that. It might be that you're a good lay. Maybe you're a great picker-outer of meals at fine restaurants.
Oh, I'm all that.
Well, would you like to get married?
I would.
Well, how old are you?
I'm 37 years old.
Do you have children?
No kids.
What's your category of salary? 50 to 80? 80 to
1? 80.
50 to 80. How long have you been on your job?
Well, I'm an entrepreneur.
Oh. What is it that how do you make your money?
Web design, and I do flash presentations and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. So who do you look like who's famous?
A little bit like, I would say in between of Morris Chestnut and
Morris Chestnut.
I'm trying to think. Somewhere between Morris and what's that guy that you had on your show? But he's lighter, Boris.
Boris Kojo?
Yeah, but a darker version of him.
Artie, you want to date?
Oh, no, I'm not going that way, nah.
No, just asking. Well, look, I wish you well with your hunt. I mean, you sound like, if that's what you look like, then you're gorgeous, and you must have a personality character flaw.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know, maybe I'm too perfect for some people, if that's a better way of putting it.
All right, gotta go.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
That's it right there.
Oh, boy. The gospel was only on 900 screens around the country and still managed to double its earning projection. They predicted that the gospel with Boris, who's a friend to the show, who stars in it, was only going to make like $2 million. It made $4 million. Isn't that fabulous? $4 million. I think that Olivia Newton-John's husband has just kind of disappeared to shirk his responsibilities. Maybe he just didn't know how to say goodbye to her, and I understand that he was having a few problems in terms of what are you laughing at, Goose? Somebody calling, making jokes?
Alicia and Nicole want they want to see his picture. They're interested.
Okay.
So
Here's
they want him to send a picture.
Okay, hi Boris. Send Nicole, my assistant, your picture. Nicole at WBLS.com. And if you feel comfortable, include your own email. Maybe we can play a game with you here on the radio. We'll get you fixed up here. I mean, if you really exist. So Olivia's 57. Her boyfriend is 48. We saw the story over the weekend, right? Did you see the story anywhere over the weekend? Olivia Newton-John talking about her boyfriend missing? Sometimes people just want to check out of their lives, and they don't feel like saying goodbye. Maybe it's that he's not in love anymore. Maybe it's that his child support was too much. But she said in her interviews that she wanted to continue doing her promotional tour for her new album because that's what Patrick would have wanted. She also added that she's still praying that he'll come back. And she says, and he's a photographer, by the way, and he went for an overnight fishing trip. Later, it was said that, he's had financial problems. Is that a reason to check out? Could you just drop out of society?
Some people are like that.
Yeah. That's what it used to freak me out about living in St. Croix. You live in those islands. How's Trinidad, Goose?
Trinidad's cool.
Do you find a lot of people who've checked out of society there?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I mean. Like when I was living in St. Croix doing radio when I first got out of college, that was one of the things about the island that I just found. I'll tell you what. I think it was Ralph Waldo Emerson who did the poem, "If once you've lived on an island, you'll never be quite the same. You may look as you looked the day before and go by the same old name. You may bustle about in streets and shops or sit at home and sew, but you'll see blue water and wheeling gulls wherever your feet may go." I've never been the same since living on that island.
Cool.
I reflect to island living at least once a day. And my experience wasn't the best. Shout out to all the Cruisians. It had more to do with my eagerness to want to conquer my career or get here, wherever here was, I was just out of college. I don't want to lay on a damn beach. You know what I mean? I want to work. I want to get off this island. I want to get back. I want to live down the street from Bloomingdale's. Not the beef patty spot. It just wasn't, I wanted to make it happen. I wasn't interested in dating. I wasn't interested in making friends. I was interested in doing what I needed to do in terms of my career, making my air checks and getting off the island. But a lot of people down there, man, who dropped out of society.
And they tend to live in seclusion.
Yes.
They find the far away places,
Yeah. Maybe, dude, I met one of those guys. He owned a deli in Queens. This white guy, he reminded me, I guess, kind of Hulk Hogan. And I forgot what he did down there for money. Maybe nothing, maybe something. I don't know. I just remember... I know it wasn't like that or anything. It's just, another one of the many interesting characters in life that I've met, through the journey. But I just dropped out. Wife, kids, the whole bit. Just left. Just like Olivia Newton-John's boyfriend. Just left. There he was down there. Different name and everything. Changed his name. Nobody's asking for ID. You just kind of... Tiny whiny. Tiny whiny.
Yeah, you buy a yacht, live on it.
That's right. Pick your Fanta, roll your weed. Man, it's all good. Slay the tourists.
Hang with the dreads.
Yes, and nobody's asking nothing. You can really go down there and just mix in. Get yourself a nice full beard. And then you have to go for the plastic surgery.
You're invisible.
Yeah. It's true. Guess what happens at midnight tonight? Friend to the show, Warren G, releases his 5th studio CD. Shut up! I love Warren G.
Name one Warren G record.
I love him for the same reason that I love John Legend. I only know one John Legend records. Ordinary people. But he's a great friend in my head. Great friend. He makes a good guest on the show. Alicia, are you still there? Elisa? Sorry. Elisa? Can we get Warren G on the show? It's fun talking to him. Do you remember how fun it was talking to him? He let me run his pockets and everything. He was a good... it's not always about the music, Art. I know that's what they would like you to, they want you to pick up their CD and whatnot. But sometimes it's like I'm a people person. I enjoy people. Now, while this is his 5th studio CD, and it's his first CD in 4 years, he's on Haywino Records. And the CD is called In the Midnight Hour. And it comes out at, what's today's date? Yep. It comes out in 4 hours. 5 hours. Elisa, is it impossible to get Warren G in here?
Impossible. I'll get him. I didn't know that was a Wendy gift.
Oh, I love, you know what? Just to come by and chat. Okay. I mean, I know WBLS, we're not playing Warren G. But we're on, besides BLS, every station we're on is hip-hop and R&B. Mm-hmm. And I just love, he's a great conversationalist and a nice person. At least I enjoy talking to him.
Okay. Well, then I will definitely make that happen.
I think he had a good time the last time that he was here, too. Mm-hmm. I think he should probably say yes. And we could pick his brain. He blew up first in L.A., on my radio station there, The Beat. Don't forget to remind him of that. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I forget that, I'll be honest with you. He's sitting up here. Now I can understand why people like Doug Banks just sit in a sterile room in the middle of nowhere and do their shows. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because if you're in a city, then you get influenced when you look outside. Look, I totally forgot about L.A. Don't tell him. You know what I mean? Out there looking at the FDR in Brooklyn, look. A lot of these, syndicated people, they sit in nondescript studios, like in the middle of New Jersey, if I pick New Jersey.
In the basement?
Yeah, I just go to the studio, Doug Banks, I don't even think he was on in Dallas, but he'd sit in a studio in the middle of Dallas with no windows or nothing. BLS New York. You guys fall for it. I mean, And he's on a bunch of other stations. We're on a station, I think, together in South Carolina. It's Doug in the morning and Wendy in the afternoon. I mean, that's not the never mind. The point is that, you do get a lot of influence when you look out the window. I remember when I first started being syndicated, all the radio stations were like, just tell her, don't talk about New York. How do I not talk about New York? It's not that I'm talking about New York like, hey, the Brooklyn Bridge, this, but it's kind of like, where else are you going to be walking down the street and run into, Missy and Fantasia and them? You understand what I'm saying? Where else can you go into one spot and see, And I tried for a moment there for about 48 hours. I was all stiff, like... Yeah, so when I was driving to work today, they had the guns out at the tunnel. Post 9/11, New York is, something really special. Then I'm like, wait. I mean, they had the guns out at the, Oh, never mind. I don't drive into work. I mean, yes, I do, but, Oh, crap. Look, I'm in New York, everybody. The jig is up. Can we just talk? So, the man in New Jersey who had the affair with the Rottweiler, Art, the Rottweiler's name is Precious. And he was jailed yesterday for violating his court order to stay away from Precious and her owner. Now, I did this story several months ago. His name is Jose Rodriguez, and he was ordered to spend a maximum of 45 days at the Middlesex County Jail. He's 39 years old from Perth Amboy, New Jersey, and he violated a restraining order on September 29th. He went to Maritza Rosario's house, right there on her back porch, and there he is with Precious again. Can't stay away.
Must be cute.
Well, the name is Precious.
Yes.
Already draws up a beautiful dog.
Mm-hmm.
Nice teeth, beautiful coat.
Tail curves up.
Tail curved up. Yep, nice tight booty. Beautiful.
I've always wanted a horse myself. I'm serious.
First time he had the affair with her was back in January. He just revisited the dog in September. He was told to stay away in January. He went to trial in October. Wait. He faces trial in October for animal cruelty. I would love to keep following this case and find out what happens with him and what they do to him when he gets to jail. I mean, Mrs. Strawberry, of course she's out. It's been 12 years with Daryl, and there have been so many ups and downs. At some point, I guess you just say, you know what? I'm still young enough to get it. I've got to go out and make it happen for myself.
Yeah, like Precious.
Well, Daryl's 43, so you figure his wife is... Daryl's wife used to be Steve Harvey's sidekick, Sharice Strawberry, when he was on the beat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jackie Reed was just added. Sharice, I believe... Hey, somebody wake Steve up. Hey, Steve, your sidekick was Sharice Harvey, right? I mean, Sharice Strawberry, right? I'm assuming he's asleep. Why? Because he has to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, your days are backwards when you do mornings. Yeah, those are some kind of hours. Anyway, she says, my marriage is past the point of reconciliation. I wish Daryl the best and continue to pray for him. Yeah. I mean, their marriage went through drug addiction, cancer, prison terms. Most recently, he served, they say, in 2002 for violating probation on a cocaine possession charge. And then last month, he was charged with filing a false police report saying that a SUV that he rented was stolen. Apparently, they were rolling tape outside the gas station on the security camera and saw him buying cigarettes inside. And the investigators watched the surveillance tape and also videotaped him driving off in a different car than the one he reported stolen. So he wasn't arrested for that, but Sharice has had it. Ask Steve to talk about her tomorrow morning if he doesn't mind. I'll be listening. I can't take it. The Beckham baby is not doing so well, they say. Yeah, we'll talk about that after the break. A little Romeo, Posh Spice, and David Beckham. We'll talk about that. Plus, I wanted to talk with you about Monique. I'll review her good news, and we'll talk about Bobby Brown. We'll go to the telephones. I mean, we got a lot to do. The bonus hour is still in full effect. It's the Wendy Williams Experience till 7, right here on 107.5 WBLS. Thanks.
What up? This is John Legend, and you're listening to the bonus hour
Hi, John.
on 107.5 WBLS.
You know what, Art? I finished saying earlier that John is above and beyond. It's kind of like, and what? That's part of what makes him my friend in my head. Non-threatening and like that. Champagne's in for Vaughn tonight, everybody. Yeah? You can log on to WBLS.com to find out details on how to enter the In Her Shoes contest for a chance to win a $250 gift card to the Container Store. That's the place where you go. You buy the plastic containers. You put your shoes in. Everything's organized. And In Her Shoes is in theaters now. Hi, Wendy. How you doing? Girl, if it wasn't for the bonus hour, I would have quit my job. For real, girl. I've had it with my boss and his moody ass. Wendy, I was one step from the door when your bonus hour came on and you made me laugh. So thanks, Wendy. Oh, that's from Lady T in Brooklyn. I hear that. Wendy, thank you for having Dwelle on the show today. I don't know what it is about him, but Wendy, he does something to me. He's so cool and so suave. He's laid back. He's got a swagger that turns me on. I feel guilty feeling this way because I have a fiance. He seems like the type of guy that if you're married to him, he would be cool about every situation. You could come home crying, say you crashed the car, and Dwelle would say, "It's okay, baby. We'll work it out." Keep dreaming, Jersey girl. And this video with Janet Jackson, she knows that we're watching and she loves it. You know what I mean? If you knew somebody was filming you naked, would you stop the camera? Or would all of a sudden you start performing? After all, if you are uninhibited enough to be outside naked, and I don't care if it's in your backyard or, and any place but in your house, but as long as you're out of your house or hotel or whatever, I would keep moving. I'd be watching too, like you catching all this. I'm not out here for nothing. I mean, I didn't come out here for this, but as long as you're watching, get all my angles. Let me turn over and beat my behind with the, I got to see this Wallace and Gromit. My son was talking about it all weekend. I didn't know what he was talking about, but I see he made $8 million at the box office, so it's something worth talking about, too. Sugar Baby says that fake 37-year-old Boris Kojo character's real problem is that he's gay. He sounds sweet. He sounded sweet to me. If he's truly not gay, give him some advice and tell him to man up and wipe the bitch out of his voice tone. Thanks, Sugar Baby. By the way, this hour of the Wendy Williams Experience is brought to you by Municipal Credit Union. Cool people call it MCU. Let's talk about Romeo. So, David Beckham and his wife, Posh Spice, Victoria, they've got, their boys. Well, the 3-year-old was readmitted to La Paz Hospital in Madrid. And that just happened earlier this month. He was suffering from convulsions. And this is the second time he was readmitted, in less than a week. They say they're not getting such positive feedback. Victoria says that he suffered from convulsions and he was all right, but she added, it's probably been one of the worst weeks of my life because of what's happened to my son. It's been really hard. Oh. Hang in there. This just in. Reports surfaced over the last 2 weeks that soul crooner John Legend is dating BET News personality. Apparently, they haven't gotten the memo. She's WBLS morning personality Jackie Reed. Apparently, the story took... Okay, well, I can straighten this out right here. Jackie is dating... First of all, not John Legend. He's not interested. That's my friend. I know. We talk in my head. She's dating... Jackie, are you awake? Just call Goose. You don't even have to be on the radio, Jackie. Let me see if I have this right. You're dating a guy named Malcolm who's a trainer. He's a boxing trainer. Or the gym trainer or something. Who happens to also train John Legend. Therein lies the problem. Oh, Art, please. You've been out to lunch all day over there.
John Legend alone.
What are you doing?
Leave John Legend alone.
We're not all talking about John Legend now. We're talking about Jackie Reed's boyfriend. We're saying that it's not John Legend. It's John Legend's trainer.
Do we really know who it is?
She doesn't have a boyfriend. That's a beard. She's with Missy Elliott. Let's see if they run with that rumor. I'm just playing, Jackie. I think his name is Malcolm. I met him at the club. I think. Let me stop. Ask her to talk about it tomorrow. Monique had twins. And she's doing well. The twins were Monique, the comedian. She had 2 boys, Jonathan and David. That might be Jackie Reed. Just get a yes or no. She's not dating Legend. He's Malcolm. He's a trainer. The babies were born at 10:30 at night on October 3rd. Cedars-Sinai Hospital in Los Angeles. Twins. They're premature. One weighs 4 pounds. The other weighs 3 pounds. But they're doing just fine. And their father is a guy named Sidney.
How you doing?
Monique's high school sweetheart.
Ow.
His name is Sidney Hicks, and he's 38. And this is what she says. Sid and I are ecstatic with our 2 bundles of joy, David and Jonathan. They're beautiful babies. Everyone's doing great. Congratulations, Monique. You know, I swear I try to keep a straight face. She has a son with her former husband, Mark Jackson.
How you doing?
Was that Jackie?
No.
Who was that?
ABC.
ABC.
A radio station.
What do they want?
They got some what is it? They what was it? A poll that they had.
What kind of poll?
You know, ratings thing. You know.
What did they ask you? What radio station you listen to?
I hung up.
Why didn't you write it out?
Yeah.
I got one of those one time in the mail. I voted for myself all across the board. Yeah.
Call back, ABC. Call back.
Bobby Brown says that he would love to do another reality show. What did you say? You're calling a radio station control room?
No, I didn't.
It was a prompter.
Yeah.
Press 1, press 2.
Oh, we should have put it on the radio. We could have done it together.
Oh, okay.
Bobby and Whitney, they did Being Bobby Brown, and Bobby was asked while he was at the Black Movie Awards on Sunday on the red carpet, where, by the way, everybody was dressed. The women were dressed in like gowns, the men were dressed in tuxedos or somewhere thereof, and Bobby was in a wrinkled, dusty, turned over shoes, wrinkled pants, dusty t-shirt, the whole bit. So he says, I'm just waiting to hear if they give me enough money, I'll do it. They say it's a done deal, but they ain't giving me enough money, so I'm gonna wait. He says, I have no regrets regarding the footage. Gosh, what am I going to eat tonight? I got to tell you something. I've been distracted this whole show by what's for dinner. I'm trying to decide whether I should get a Jared special at Subway or, you know what I mean? Maybe stop by Sarge's for tuna. I don't feel like having leftovers from last night. Like, I want something different. Or maybe I'll just take a sleeping pill and drink a glass of water and go to sleep. Do you ever just wish that you would? No, I don't really take sleeping pills. I'm just playing. I'm just trying to be dramatic. I've never been a pilly. I was just saying to Champagne and everybody behind the scenes, what is that the pills are all about? Do sleeping pills really work? They do?
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Oh.
That's why people get addicted to them.
Boy, what a great way to lose weight. You're all hungry. You take a sleeping pill and drink some water and, sleep away your hunger.
NyQuil is better.
Oh, why is everybody on drugs now but me? God. All right, you all. I'm just playing. Say no to everything except for WBLS. And make sure that you keep it here because Champagne's in next for Vaughn Harper and the Quiet Storm. Champagne, who's in for you, Rosie?
I think Eddie Love.
Eddie Love is in for Champagne, and then Steve starts in the morning with the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Call and ask Jackie whether she's doing John Legend or whether it's Malcolm the Trainer. And don't forget to ask Steve about Cherise Strawberry. And then don't forget to come back here tomorrow at 2 o'clock. It's the Wendy Williams Experience from 2 to 7. I love you guys for listening. Thank you so much for being a part. Take care of one another. Bye.